All right, Shalom, Shalom. We are the diligent soldiers back here another week at camp, right? I want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who we learn from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word and truth, sincerity. To you, Ribs, to your sisters out there, learn the signs, stay in the order. We say to you, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, man. So, boy, there's a lot going on, right? Uh, One of the biggest things we want to talk about is this the sea hit coming, right? Australia had big news a couple weeks ago, right, where their customers were trying to draw out their own money, right, out of their own banks, and they couldn't. No warning. There was no warning, no evidence of this to happen. People could not pay their rent. People could not pay their bills, right? And this same thing is coming to a city near you,
Right.
right? We're here to give you the warning, right? That what thus say the scriptures,
Right.
right? This is a forewarning and a precursor of what's coming here to Babylon, aka America,
Right.
right? We're gonna get 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 1, right? I really like this one, right? Because it's a good way to start.
Right. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right, because the scriptures say that the spirit of prophecy is the spirit of Yahawashi.
Right.
So we are here to tell you, to forewarn you. The word prophecy is to foresee.
Right.
And we are foreseeing the future and telling you, our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, that you see on this sign, to forewarn you not to take that sea hit.
That's right.
Right, because there's no coming back from that. The
Right.
mark of the beast is on the way.
That's right.
Right? Look at what's going on in Australia. Right? Go ahead.
2 Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Right. In these scriptures, man, the Lord puts out these words, it does not return void. Meaning
right.
it will come back and accomplish that which we purposed.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right. What we're telling you is according to the scripture, it's true and will happen.
Right.
Go ahead.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right, because we got markers out here. They come and scoff and look at us like we're crazy. Right? We're warning you. We're giving you a heads up, and you laugh, you scoff. Right? We're not bothered by you. We're here to preach the word to the elect, the
Right.
warning.
Right.
To get the sheep out of harm's way, man.
Right, brother. I got
Oh wait, before you grab an piece,
yeah.
let's grab the headline or
Right,
the title
right.
of the I gotta give you my phone.
Yeah, God.
Right, we're gonna read the headline on this article. Did I put it in the channel? No, I didn't. Right.
And while you grab it real quick, and there was an article that came out about a week or so ago that talked about 98% of the central banks are going digital, man. 98%.
Right.
So we already see where this is going, man.
Right.
See
Now
where this is going.
so like not only that, there was, I forgot who was saying this, but they had a meeting and they said that every single country had agreed to it. Right? Forget the wars, forget the scrimmages over here, this guy fights, this one. No, they're all in agreement for this one plan, right? Because the shadow government, the so-called elites, worship Baal. Right? They worship Satan, man. And they know the precept, they know the scripture, and the Lord's making this happen, man.
Right.
He's putting the hooks in these people's mouths, man, to move a certain way to make this thing come, because the prophecies are coming relentlessly, man.
Right.
Want to read this?
Yeah, God. So this is from the the People's Voice, and it was published May 11, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble as coined by the beloved Apostle Tahar. And it reads, Australia's biggest bank bans cash, forces customers to adopt CBDCs or lose everything.
They said, yeah, I'm holding this for you.
Fine.
They said, you better take this or else. Meaning, there is no option. There is no second option. You know, there's no way you could get around it. They said you either get with the program or else.
Right, with Beanie Siegel. You get down and lay down, man.
Get down and lay down.
Yeah, that's what they're coming with, man.
Exactly, man. They say, listen, you either get this or starve. We don't care how old you are. We don't care if you're on anything. This is what it is. This is the program. Get with it or get lost.
Right. It says the WEF-controlled nation of Australia is forcing the public to switch to a central bank digital currency. So, if any new listeners that might not know, that's what CBD stands for, central bank digital currency.
Right. They said they're forcing people.
They're
right. So
forcing them.
they don't care if you're 80 years old and you don't know how to work a computer. You gotta learn this.
You gotta learn it.
Right. You're not gonna be able to get your medical. You're not gonna be able to do nothing.
Right.
Dialysis, all that shit gone.
Exactly. You gotta get down and lay down.
Right.
Right. It says and has warned citizens that they risk losing all of their money if they refuse.
Right. Now we got again back with the older people. These people put in time. They have money taken out of their checks on a weekly basis. They got the retirement, getting ready to retire. They're getting ready to settle. They don't give a fuck if you believe in the scriptures or not. You either, hey, let go of your retirement money or get with the program.
Right. That's it. It says one of Australia's biggest banks, Macquarie Bank, told customers last week that it will completely eliminate cash this year. And if customers refuse to use CBDCs, they will own nothing, which sounds like Klaus Schwab. You will own nothing and be happy.
Exactly.
Right? It says, in case you missed it, we're phasing out. This looks like it's from the bank specifically. It says, in case you missed it, we're phasing out our cash and check services for all products. To prepare for this change, you'll need to start transacting digitally. A safe, quick, and more convenient way to bank. We're removing our cash and check facilities in a phased approach.
Right. So basically, they're cornering you. They're saying, look, this is what it is. You can't get around it. Once they got you, that's it. They control you.
Right.
Right. Total control of the people, man. This is a snare. Right. They're making the cattle go through all one gate, right?
Yep.
And to the slaughter.
To the slaughter. Right. Because, for your brothers and sisters that know, Revelation, the 14th chapter, speaks about what happens if you go along with these devils, man. You get that C-hip, if you get that digital all.
Matter of fact,
you bow the knee to all, man.
Matter of fact, let's bring it out.
Come on, yeah, let's do it, bro.
Oh, sorry, man.
I'm gonna grab real quick because you mentioned the snare real quick.
Go on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 38, verse 12. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long, man. So them going over there saying that this is a safe way to bank, and this is convenient, and all these different words that they like to use, as the scriptures say. What's that? Psalms 55. Their words are smoother than butter. You know what I'm saying? But war was in his heart, man. This is the type of people that we're dealing with, man. As the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy, man. But you got to know who your enemy is first in order to know who not to trust, man. And these devils are coming with their smooth words and their deceits, to basically gather, heap on souls to themselves, man. They're trying to get the masses of people to worship Satan themselves, and this, what's the word I'm looking for? And go against Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. And
Right.
we can't forget that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is a jealous power, man.
Right, and that's basically what it is, man. It's trying to get people away from Yahawah Bahasham, because they know what's coming, man.
Right.
They know that once these things start kicking off, that the Lord had already sealed his elect, and the elect is gonna fish and hunt these people out.
Right.
You see, what they're doing is, a snare is nothing but a trap, right? When you look at a crab trap, right? It's a cage. They put food in it. The crabs can get in it, but they can't get out of it.
Right.
Right. The Lord said, once you take this, there is no repentance.
Right.
There is no coming back from this.
Right. Let me read it for you.
Huh.
This is Revelation 14, and I'll start at 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Right. So from the first sentence says, if anybody worship the beast or his image, that means that you go along with his program, right? Isaiah 30 tells you that woe to them, they go to Egypt for help.
That's right.
Right. This is worshiping the image of the beast, putting him at a high level. Right. This is where the word Lucifer comes from. It means light bearer, a king, ruler of Babylon, the ones they look up to.
Right.
Right.
It says, if any man, Revelation 14 and 9, and a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark, the charagma, in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Right. So, what is this cup? This mixture, this cup that's coming to those who take the mark, right? They cannot return, right? Can you get that? The I should run the sockets.
Oh, yeah, kind. And we got an image too, because images are powerful. I think it's Zechariah 14. If I'm not mistaken. In fact, I'm gonna grab his face. Picture. And this is what's coming, man. Anybody that takes that MO to the TV, man, this is what the brother called for. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague, the missiles, right? This shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. This is a very prophetic movie for any of you jakes that seen it, man. This is Terminator 2, Judgment Day. And it's so fitting that it's called Judgment Day, man. Right? So it says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Hey, Shalom, Mat. Zechariah 14 and 12, right? And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, their eye sockets, right? Their eyeballs are going to consume away. And only thing that could do something like that is nuclear fire, man, from these ICBM missiles, man.
Right.
It says, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth, man. That's terrible judgment. So if you go against Yahawashi, and as the brother quoted was Isaiah 30,
right?
Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, man. So if you go down to Esau for help instead of trusting and staying upon Yahawashi, this is your fate right here, man. Right. And the scriptures also talk about a grievous sword, man.
Right. If you give me Ezekiel chapter 22 and 20.
Ezekiel 22. Was it 22 and 20?
I believe it's 22 and 20, if not, it's 2022. Right, man. So we were speaking about Australia digital currency, right? And how this is going to lead to the MRK, MARK. Right. So, there's no coming back from that, man. It's just stay in the trap. Once you go in, you cannot get out. We were referencing how crabs, when you get a crab trap, the crab get a bread inside the cage. There's a trap in there, right? There's a door. Once the crab gets in there, there's no getting out. It's designed this way.
That's what you're looking for?
No, let me get 22 and 20.
Yeah. It's locked in. Yeah. 22 and 20. The gather silver and brass and iron.
Yeah, that one.
You finish your thoughts, Slocky?
No, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22, verse 20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you.
Ooh, right, man.
Gracious.
Just like the elements. The Lord said that He's gonna try His people under fire, right?
Right.
The furnace of adversity is where we in, man.
Right.
But if you don't make the cut, you'll be melted.
Right.
You'll be gone with the elements. You'll be one with the elements.
Right. Can you grab that, bro, if you don't mind? The elements shall be melted with fervent heat.
Right, that's perfect.
Right. Because this Yahawashi is not playing that. As we had, we mentioned, he's a jealous power. So anybody that bends the knee to Baal, right, to the devil, they're gonna have to pay severely, man. And the scriptures say he has reserved unto himself 7,000 men, which is 7 goes into completion, which is the elect that will not bend the knee to Baal. Right. But the rest of the the 2/3 that choose to go down to Egypt for help, that's their fate, man.
Right.
This is their fate. You might be able to be comfortable for a minute because you trusted in the devil, but this ultimately is what's coming, man. Hey, so you better choose wisely, man.
Right.
You
Yes, I
know?
got that. I got that Second Peter.
Go ahead, get it.
This is the book of Second Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night,
Mm.
in the which the heavens shall pass away with with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat."
Right. So you think about these different movies. You talk about Oppenheimer, for example, right? You talk about a great noise. What is capable of causing a great noise and melting all the elements, melting them? I mean, something so. I remember the Boston camp. They had brought out the degrees. It was something
Right.
ridiculous, like
Right, right.
10,000 over 10 in the 10,000s.
Because even like the brakes and everything,
Yeah.
which is basically rock, soil,
Right,
all that
right.
together, right?
Yep, the
Or even
trees
that's
and-
gonna
yeah,
melt.
yeah. All that's gonna the glass.
Right.
You know what I mean? The people. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Even
lakes,
sand is
right.
sand is what makes glass.
Right.
So
Right.
you know how much sand is on
How
the
much
floor.
glass is gonna be
Right.
is gonna be
Right,
there.
because it's gonna be a desert.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Uh,
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. What are you gonna
there
say?
you go. We just
Damn.
spoke about that.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Give me Job 20 and 5. We got the I put the article in the chat. The brother doesn't have a phone right now, so if a brother can start reading the article after this precept.
Job
I
what?
can read it if you want.
Job 20 and 5.
Oh, right, right.
We got
right.
this.
Right. Beautiful. And I can read it just the title real quick, just so the brothers can be
Right.
know what's going on. So this is from the People's Voice, and it was published May 11th, 2024. And it says Australia's biggest bank bans cash, forces customers to adopt CBDCs or lose everything.
What date was that?
This was the 11th.
11th.
Yeah,
Right.
what was today? 12th? That was yesterday.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday.
Right.
And I think 2
I
weeks
think it was a
ago,
week ago that they did it.
Okay.
like 2 weeks ago,
What are
we
you talking
referenced how people were trying to go to the bank and they couldn't get cash
Right.
out of nowhere.
Right.
They weren't warned.
Right. So we already see what's that Habakkuk 2? That's what I was thinking.
So it's already in play. It's already like
it's already they're setting the stage.
Right,
They're setting
right.
the stage.
Right.
But in
you know what I mean?
Australia, I mean, like it's already like a
They
done
already
deal.
pushed
They're
it.
doing
Yeah,
it. Right?
yeah.
All right.
A couple other countries already started it too.
Right.
They're not really making it public like that because people in Babylon, the golden city, the city that everybody loves, is in darkness, man. Because if they told the people here, they would go crazy.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
would imagine that those Australians, the elites of those Australians, are in league with the WEF.
Oh hell yeah.
So
Of course.
this is just like Esau, being the serpent that he is, being subtle,
Right.
starting it off over here in Australia, down under, then creeping up to other little countries or whatever, to eventually, the bigger countries or bigger nations, see that it so-called works, but at the same time, it was all a part of their works, their plan, and then they'll put it everywhere. Right? I was just saying that they'll start off in Australia,
Right.
like Esau being a little snake he is,
Right.
being subtle. You know what I'm saying? And I was asking the brother that I'm well, actually saying, oh, I didn't even know that the thing was here.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
That was good. I was touching. I didn't want to like knock it out. But I imagine that the elites that run WEF that run Australia are in league with the WEF.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's WEF 101 right there.
Right.
With
Well,
the
when you
banking system.
Yeah, because when you read the article, they mentioned it.
Right.
They said the WEF.
Oh,
how to say it? The WF controlled nation of Australia. Is what it says
shit!
right in there.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. See, that's
Control
the
the nation.
spirit.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they're already controlled by.
I got Job 20 and 5.
Right, and a lot of these little, the Council on Foreign Relations, all these things go back to the movement that which once was called the Illumi and the Nazis, right? So that's phased out, but they learn how to they accomplish what they wanted to,
Right.
right? They accomplished the world global domination.
I remember when did you just say not Illuminati, now WEF,
Foreign
Council of Foreign Relations. I remember when they were saying that was illegal and treasonous.
it was.
You know what I'm saying? It still is, and it took a new form into this It took a new form into this WEF. That's just the new updated version of that shit.
Right, that's exactly what it is.
They got down back then, and they was like, make the market this shit differently. A little maybe more friendlier or more transparent, if you will.
Right.
Because that's what it is. They are a little not 100% transparent, but the Council of Foreign Relations never really disclosed what they were talking about.
That was like a secret way to say, hey, we're doing this for the better good of everybody.
Right.
Don't worry about what we're talking about. We're going to talk about relations between countries to really stop wars.
Right.
Allegedly, but no, they were setting the stage for what we see going on today, man. This fuckery.
Right.
Total global domination.
Right. Esau.
What do you got?
Job 25.
Come on, let's read that.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Right, and triumphing, man, is like, victory laps, man. That's what they're doing. They're saying, we got this in the bag. We got the world by the neck. You see, they're filling up their bellies. They're setting the table, right, to make this big global change, to make money, right? But the Lord's gonna do what? Slap that
spoon
plate
right out their mouth.
Exactly.
That last spoon.
Right.
And it's crazy. The you was just saying. I forget exactly how you put it, but the last part of this says the joy of the hypocrite. You were saying that how they come together to so-called stop wars, but wars keep existing. So they're the ones that making it.
Right.
Ain't no red-headed black man.
Oh, don't get me started with that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no red-headed black man coming up with these fucking plans, man.
Right, because they always speak in peace, but they always at war.
Right.
Right. When the scriptures say what? When he say when is it? It's in Matthews.
Oh, peace and safety.
Yeah, that one. Can you get it from me?
There. We were. That's the spirit.
Right.
We were talking about that earlier.
Right. But it's hypocrisy, man. That's why I'm saying the triumphing of the hypocrite is short.
Yeah, man. But for a moment, because you know what? They're telling you like, hey, come get this CDC, right? Come switch to a digital currency. We're gonna take care of you. You don't gotta worry about losing your money, losing your debit card. You don't gotta worry about losing your anything. Your identity's safe with us, right? We will keep you safe. Right, this is gonna be a peaceful transition. Is what they want to do.
I got it, bro.
Right?
How can they go up there and be like talk about peace and safety when they are the ones that hate peace,
right?
And give no safety to nobody.
Hey, didn't Russia just say, "Hey, we're willing to sit down and like squash it. Let's figure this thing out"?
They've been saying it. That's why they don't fuck with him
for 10 years over.
That's why they don't fuck with him. Yeah. I remember one time seeing him in some type of meet. And he went to like
shake his hand,
give somebody a handshake, and the Edomite that was next to him didn't even shake his hand.
Right.
Well, Putin. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if anything, that's my favorite devil, man. You know what I mean? Because he's the devil himself.
But he's coming up against his bitch right now.
That's the Lord. That's the Lord's little all-star right there, man. Put it up because and you see that nigga walking with one hand just on some gangster shit, his little midget ass.
I got a quick one. Before he brings alley-oop what he got. This is Daniel 8:25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Hey, isn't HR Resolution 6090 the anti-Sem law to bring peace unto themselves? But what? But to really take away the word of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, his prophet.
This nigga even weaponizes peace, bro.
Right.
God,
wow.
Yeah, everything's a weapon.
Even peace he weaponizes.
Wow, man. Even drinking water, let alone
drinking water.
Our women, his women.
Yep, his women, everything. He used everything as a trap and a snare.
God damn, son.
That's what the Lord tells us throughout all the scriptures. Never trust thine enemies. The Lord tells us, though his words be smooth than butter, smooth than oil, right? Tells about yet his heart has drawn swords, right? Though his intentions is always shed the blood of Jake, right? Why? Because if Jake is taking out the picture, that's the only way that Edom can truly stay in power forever, right? But the Lord's not gonna allow that to happen,
right? Because the Lord Himself said if the seed of Jacob could end.
Oh, yep.
Like that.
Yeah, that's the spirit. I was just thinking about that. He talked about if he can number the stars.
Right. They took up all those bets, all those challenges. Right. They took all those challenges, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. This is the element of the truth that is not spoken in these churches. Which is why people believe that God is love doctrine,
Right.
that we all gotta just love. After all the atrocities that Esau done fucking did, then he himself says, okay, now it's time to love.
Right.
And
Right.
nobody that does the love is these
Right.
niggas just. I think it was 11,000 of them exempted themselves from the vaccines. I was trying to come up with another, the 2020, the what is it, 2023, that whole bullshit that went on, that fiasco,
Right. Yeah.
that shit show.
Lupe fiasco.
Yeah, man, they exempted themselves from that. How can you trust this nigga, man?
Right.
How can you fucking trust this man? And then he comes out, not the ones that exempted themselves, but the ones that were suppressed come out and say, hey, well, like the FDA, Minerva, all these different companies and departments had to come out recently and admit all the things that we were saying a few years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and they did it all for what, man? To have a peace of mind in this world,
Right.
Away from pandemics,
Right.
and diseases that were created in labs.
I forget the chick's name. Was it Pelosi? Maybe it was Pelosi. One of these bitches. Fuck it. Came out on the podium every chance she got. If we get it, it's gonna diminish this, and we're gonna be safer. And then like a week or two after that, came out saying, well, we were saying that it wasn't going to be, like lying, bro, to her fucking teeth. Why wasn't this bitch right after that statement hung?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Afterwards.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, because they do it.
Fauci.
They do it all for a profit, man. All that shit
right.
was to basically control the people, get them dumbed down, just like the shit they put in our foods. Right. Because without the connection to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying, you're willing to take anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When they remove the God connection from you with Yahawah, man, it's easy to do anything. It says the scripture say that they may fool the very elect, but it's not possible.
Right.
This is how much of a deceptive con man this man is. Man.
And then that note, PSA or side note, make sure you pay your taxes, because a lot of other countries depend on that motherfucker, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, that's another thing.
Niggas just drive fucking the shit out of Babylon, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to sign up, but fuck it, man. It's worse what they're doing to us, or to the people.
Right.
I read a quote, I forget the guy's name. He said, if you're paranoid over the things that your government is doing, how did he put it before he said they're doing way worse? He said if you're paranoid over the things that your government is doing, they're doing way worse things. But I forget how he said he said before between those two things.
Matter of fact,
just speaking on the hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, Salaki, you still got that joke?
Yeah, I do.
25?
It's First Thessalonians, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah, right.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right, they can't escape. Right, even if they believe that they accomplished their goal. Right, the Lord got something special for them, man. Like we referenced earlier, the Lord's gonna slap that plate right out their hand, man.
That's right.
They think it's gonna go smoothly, but it's not.
Right.
So it's gonna be like
the scripture to speak about Babylon as a golden cup.
Right.
Revelation. Right.
The Lord's going to destroy that golden cup,
Right. Can we go back to the
those about to slam that shit against the wall? That's the spirit, because me and this brother was just making. That's the spirit of everything we talk about. Because me and the brother was just making a lesson, doing a live lesson, when we were driving in on basically the destruction of Babylon, man. You know what I'm saying?
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not here. Forsake her.
Right.
Forget this bitch.
We're gonna read it from the top, right? If you brothers got anything that you want to bring out that I missed.
Actually, I just want to say something. Forsake goes into abandon.
Right.
So abandon this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I saw a dog on Instagram get abandoned by its owner on a red light.
I seen that.
So that shit was mad sad.
Yeah,
and that's exactly how we gotta leave Babylon.
Was that Esau did that?
Must have been.
The dog abandoned the guy, or the guy abandoned?
No, the guy abandoned him. Nice little dog, bro. Instead of just taking him somewhere, maybe putting him up online or something, somebody was gonna
at least give him to a pet shop or
somebody was gonna, exactly. He's just taking left it in the highway, bro.
Right.
Not in the highway, like in the main road.
Yeah.
That dog started jetting afterwards, and they had to go to the side. It was crazy, but that's exactly, he forsook that dog. That's what we got to do with Babylon, man.
Right.
Completely abandoned. give your back to that bitch, man.
Right,
Which is what we're doing right now. Man.
Right. And that's what the scriptures say. Y'all separate yourself.
Separate yourself. Right. Come out of her.
Come out of her. Right.
One of my favorite scriptures now is I'm trying to remember where it's at, but it talks about we will no longer stay upon them that smote us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which Esau, Edom, which is Babylon.
Right.
But we're gonna stay upon Yahawashi, Yahawashi. And that word "stay" goes into lean upon, depend on. You know what I'm saying?
We was just talking. I just mentioned something about that aha moment when you knew that you was an Israelite, that you knew that the Creator, who you used to call God, right? Because the world will call him whatever, but who you used to call God is actually Yahawah, is his name, and he created you, and he's your father, and his son, our big brothers, Yahawashi, how we got redeemed by him. You got that aha moment. You start feeling better about yourself because the Lord actually looks somewhat like you, man, or has your complexion. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we're the end result of all the mingling, whether it was consensual or rape. I mean, we look how we look now, but in these new bodies, man, we're gonna look totally different. Man. You know what I mean? That melanin is gonna be hitting. You know what I'm saying?
We'll have a glow about us, man.
Throughout all that mingling, the seed, the main seed was strong, man. Jake's seed was strong.
Right.
I mean, because there's men that look like Jake, like darker complexion, but they Edomites, they're heathens, right? And then there's Jakes that have a different skin complexion, and they Jakes, the Israelites. They're like us right here. We all different shades. I may be in the lightest brother, but we different shades. But the spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And ultimately that means that our seed line ultimately goes back to our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Perfect.
Just to back up a little bit on what the brother said, but bring it back to you now.
Right, brother. That's perfect that you said that.
Luke 70?
Luke 1 and verse 70 to 72.
Oh, that's a long chapter. There's a book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 70. And it says, as he spake by the mouth of the holy prophet, which have been since the world began.
Right, and we're continuing that, man. Right. We're continuing the works of the prophets and the elders and the people that came before us.
Right. The scriptures say we have entered into their labor.
Right.
And ultimately, to add on that, we are those men.
Right.
The spirit of the prophet is subject unto the prophet.
Right.
So we're coming back into a lot.
Right.
Which is why sometimes we'd be like, yo, I didn't know I was going to be doing this.
Brother, none of us
woke up. I think the Lord was dealing with us in a certain, because if you was to think back to certain times, you was to think back to certain times, you would know, like, man, something, like I always tell this brother, I when I was real young, I probably, because I was playing with like I was collecting toy cars till like I was like 11, right? Like, that's pretty like old already, But even at 12, 13, 14, 15, I still
grown ass man.
I wasn't. Even at 14, 15, I wasn't playing with them, but I had them still. I didn't want to like throw them away.
People still do that.
You still have them? You want to get rid of them?
I wish I still had it. They were all Hot Wheels, vintage joints too. You know what I'm saying?
That's still,
so I remember having like this nice little red Porsche 911.
My dad did that when I was a kid. So like when I was 4, my dad had cars glued to my TV.
Right.
Like he put like the big ass wooden TVs. He put the cars on top of it like this.
They have all different like styles and brands.
No, of course.
You ever seen the Cholos ones?
Yeah.
Yo, I seen Ephraim have a whole glass thing of the homies. With the cars.
I had those in my room. My whole room was homies.
You saw me having what they call the sapitos, the frogs, which is like like the little wagons. Whether it be hatchbacks or the little Corollas or the 4-door wagons, anything with a wagon in the back. Ephraim be having Spanx or Nahuatl. But what I was gonna say is, at one point, when I was younger, I had told myself, and I didn't understand. I told this brother many times that I had said to myself, or in my mind, right in my head, I was like, I'm gonna be the sacrifice for my family. I had said, and I didn't understand why I said that.
Right.
Mind you, my mom used to take us to a 7-day Adventist church, and I was never feeling it. I even got baptized, but I told my father, like, y'all forced me to do this. I understand. Y'all don't even know what I was doing. Y'all don't even, they didn't even know what I was doing before and right after that shit. You know what I mean? Like I was, my mind was on some other shit when I was younger, when I was in
We
my
were all in
teenage
that
years.
state.
Yeah,
Right,
bro,
right,
but
right.
you know, I didn't understand the symbolism. But the point is this: now I know why it was, man.
Right.
Because now that we getting older, does not the scripture say, you know, that you make your life a living sacrifice?
That's right,
right,
It's not your
right.
wife and your children. Are you not your wife and your children's Lord and Savior? If you think about it, man,
Right,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Because
remember,
it's only through you.
Elder,
through you, right? If the Lord
Apostle-
finds,
You gotta bring
if the Lord finds grace on you,
Right, right.
favor on you
Right.
to save you, and who you be praying for?
Just
Who
like
do we
Lot.
pray for?
Just like Lot.
I pray
like
for my
Lot,
parents.
right.
I pray for my parents,
Noah.
man.
Right.
For my
Yep.
mother, my father. Yeah, exactly. My children. You know, first and foremost, the wife and children. My mother, my father, my brothers and sisters, and then my nephews, man, and
Right.
then my nieces and nephews. That's what I was saying to myself when I was younger.
Right.
And Lord's will, I'm finding that in his grace, man.
Right.
Just like all of us, you know, at one point have done it, man, and realized even afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So, Laki, I just want to bring that out since we was speaking on those things. What were you gonna say? Laki, man, I was like,
Well, I was gonna say was right.
Yeah,
So I was gonna say was like, remember Lot's wife, right?
Right.
The Lord knew Lot's wife was going to do that, man. But for
Right.
our learning, he saved Lot's people, family. You know what I'm saying? And Lot's wife, just like Eve, always wants to go back.
Right.
Sometimes our wives, man, you can't let your wife hold you back. You got to keep moving forward.
Right.
Lot didn't look back. Lot just kept moving forward. Let that shorty
Yeah.
back there.
Well, I was
Right,
gonna
right.
say that's
He had the fear of the Lord,
Right.
man.
Lot is our lot.
Right.
That's our lot.
Right,
And
right,
Lord's will,
right.
we have the spirit of
Right.
Lot.
Lot was the elect.
Right.
Right.
That circumstance.
It was like an example
Just
of
like
Right.
Noah was the elect at that
Exactly.
time. Noah and his family.
And not only that, that's the example that we should be looking upon, man, because you have to have that same spirit that Allah had.
That's
In
right.
case your own rib
That's right.
looks back, you gotta be like, bitch,
I told
keep
you.
it moving.
Yeah, the angel.
You
the
hear her
angel told me.
solidify.
I told you.
You hear her he heard her solidify.
Yeah,
look,
it's a fucking
however
pillar
it
of
was,
salt,
and he
whatever.
knew.
Yeah.
He knew in the spirit, like, ah, shit, I'm gonna keep it moving. Come on, kids.
Yep. Come on, girls.
It's not like he ain't give a fuck. That was his wife.
Right.
He felt like shit.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it is
hey.
what it is.
Right.
Hey man, but the Lord working around you, man, burning shit. You like, man, fuck this bitch.
Right.
I see her later.
Right. Remember, the spirit we were speaking about Lot the other day.
Right.
You was talking about how you was vexed with the filthy conversation.
Right.
of the wicked, man. You know, we've been going into lately. That word conversation is anastrophe, man. The deeds, the manner of life,
the way you conduct,
the way they conduct themselves in this society, mannerisms, man. So we're indeed, we're indeed. It's a very similar time to time of Noah, and the time of what's that in Matthew when it talks about the time of Noah when they were marrying and giving into marriage, and the time of Lot, man.
Right.
Me
and this brother do app jobs. Now every time we not link up because we never see each other, but every time we have to go somewhere to work, the people around us, man, we do that shit.
Stupid as fuck.
I be hating that shit. I wish I could just go and grab whatever I need. Bounce.
We work a customer service.
And then y'all work with
that's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, we have similar jobs.
We're servants right now.
No matter what, we gotta deal with people, and that's having being vexed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you with these people, man. Yeah,
Luke 17:32. So before you get this,
Yep.
because we spoke on Lot, right? So the goal is to keep your eye on the prize, man. Don't let even your loved ones cause you to err, man. Remember, we gotta stay one-minded.
Right.
So you gotta put the blinders on like a horse.
Right.
With those two things on the side of the face.
Right. Tunnel vision.
We on a race, right?
Right. Spiritual tunnel vision.
We on a race, man, and we all gotta worry about ourselves, man. Because if we racing, right, the first person that looks at the other racer behind them loses strides.
Yeah.
It could be tripped up.
The scriptures, Yahawashi said, "Keep thy eyes single." Man.
That's the spirit. I'm looking for it right now.
Right.
That's the spirit.
We're focused, man.
You want to open up another window?
We and I was speaking about that. I did a transit lesson.
Okay.
We seek it for an incorruptible crown, while the world seeketh for a corruptible crown, man.
Right. I got it, brother.
Go ahead.
Luke 11:34. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thine eye is single, thy whole body also is full of light. But when thy eye is evil, thy body also is full of darkness.
Right, man. So it's basically saying the windows are the eyes are the windows to the soul, man.
Right.
So the soul and the mind is the head, man. What you're thinking about, what you believe in. You know know what I'm saying? All your thoughts,
Right.
your might, you know what I'm saying, has to be on the Lord, man.
That's right. And when your eye is single, you're focused.
Right.
You're constantly meditating in prophecy, constantly meditating in the law, statutes, and commandments, constantly meditating in the Lord, in the name of the Lord, right?
Being occupied in
feeding
that.
the sheep, right? Being occupied in prophecy, being focused in this truth of ours, in this walk of ours, in the brotherhood, right? Fellowshipping. You're constantly being in what all holy conversation.
Right.
So when you're focused, right, then it's hard for Satan, these demons, to truly penetrate that wall that keeps you separate from the world.
Right.
You know?
And you will know it too, because you know what? I can speak for these brothers. It could be anything. You watch a movie, you go down the street, you watch a fight somewhere. The Lord's always in the back of your mind, like, yo, they acting like this because of this. Or that reminds me of this precept. You see what I'm saying? That's how your mind's always singular, always occupying in the word of the Lord, man.
That's right, brother.
Just like Lord said to, if I'm not mistaken, Peter, that the devil has desire to have you.
Right.
Desire to sift you.
Right,
So
man.
we're
And-
constantly being attacked.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly. I was gonna say is that if Satan is not constantly on your ass, man, like you fighting demons on a daily, then you're not doing the right thing,
Right.
man.
I was just telling this brother earlier, man. I had demons on me trying to basically call out today off this work. You know what I'm saying? And had me worrying about mortal things, man. You know what I'm saying? When none of that really matters. And
Right.
and you know, and the Lord will find favor, hopefully, right? But for brothers, you know, when you do what you got to do, the Lord helps you out with everything else that's bothering you, right?
Right.
The scripture says, seek the kingdom
First, and everything will be added on.
Right,
right,
man. All the mortal shit that you probably be
Right,
worried
right,
about,
right.
the Lord, that's easy for the Lord.
Right, because Satan knows what you like too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Satan's not an idiot. Satan will tempt you with the things that you like. He took everything from Job.
What you like, what you worry about.
Right.
Yep.
He took money from Job. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't break him because a
Took
lot
his
of people
family.
took his family,
Stock.
his
Not
cattle,
stock, but cattle.
his cattle, which makes him provide for him and his family, right? Makes him feed himself, right? But then guess what?
Yeah.
He left his wife. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that he's gonna use the wife against him, man. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So Satan knows what to get at you with.
Right.
So that's why you got to keep your eyes singular, man.
That's right.
Because easy for Satan is smart, man.
Yo, and he was a man of the Lord, man. And at the end, his wife was like, curse your God and
Right.
die.
Say, yeah.
So that's why you gotta know these Jake women, no matter how nice they look, they put that, what's that shit called? The hairdress.
Right.
And they talk a good one.
Right.
When they're around other family, like, oh, my husband, this, that, and the third. With family that knows your husband, like for me, for example, they'll be like, oh yeah, Carlos, this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what are you telling them that shit? If you don't even like believe that. You know what I'm saying? You just be wild,
Right,
man.
man.
Yeah,
The Lord
talking
said
to go
beauty
in,
is
yeah.
vain.
Right.
And well, not so much even with the beauty, just women, period, man.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Woman, not like our wives, because you were speaking about your wife.
Right.
I'm speaking of woman in general.
Right.
That's what
Women in general.
beauty is vain.
Right.
That's right, man.
You
Yeah, that's what we're attracted to.
They'll talk a good one. But when it comes to the nitty gritty of the scripture, they have no understanding of it. And then when you try to tell them, they get amped up and because they're just not gonna agree with the Lord, man.
Right,
Basically, you're not agreeing with what the Lord says, man.
Right.
Basically.
Which makes perfect sense why the Lord, Yahawashi set the order.
Right.
Because the children aren't going to know how to do anything unless the woman guides them, and then the man guides the woman, and Yahawashi guides us, and Yahawah guides Yahawashi.
Right.
It's just literally, it makes perfect sense.
Right.
It just goes right down, pecking order. Man.
You got that Luke 17 for me?
Yeah, I do.
Not until we get back in power.
Right,
This is why we still fighting this good fight of faith. Coming out here, the highways and byways, prophesizing, looking like fools to the world, so that one day when we're in the kingdom, right, everything we're going through right now is gonna be worth it, right? The glory that's already being revealed in us, because we're able to see, right, in the kingdom when we're literally living it, it's gonna be way more more beautiful.
Right.
It's gonna be way more worth it because we're truly gonna be living in the kingdom as kings under Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi over the whole world.
Right.
Much more order.
Right.
With all orders, everything's gonna be worth it, man.
Right. I think about I think about a boxer or different athletes, right? When they're training, shit is vigorous, man.
Right.
It seems at the time sometimes
Dedicated.
it seems like it's not going to be pay off the way you would want it, right? Because Apostle Peter asked Yahawashi, he said, "We have forsaken all. What shall we receive?" Right? Because when you're training, when you're being disciplined, like you said, or being a disciple, right? Which the word discipline comes from that. You're really hoping that all this hard work, all this dedication will pay off.
Right.
You know, you forsaken everything.
Right.
You're really hoping for a prize. You hoping for that world title belt, man. You're hoping for that NBA championship. You know, the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, get those rings, incorruptible crown, man.
Speaking of fighters and getting trained for a fight, because we are in a spiritual fight, right?
Exactly.
I'm gonna show you a quick the camera a video of a fighter who tried to make weight. He did everything he could. He almost passed out, fainted from trying to.
You're not gonna get copyright.
I don't think so.
Like a video from another video type of thing.
It's from
ESPN or something. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
He has he call it, you can only see
Like
directly.
privacy.
Yeah. You have to look directly at it.
Well, yeah. Well, anyways, if you can just Google it. There was a UFC fighter who tried to make weight. He almost passed out. The thing was that sometimes the work that we do.
Oh, I seen that. I know you're talking about.
Right, the work that we do sometimes might make you feel like you're about to either quit or you can't take it. But that's the Satan talking to you, man.
Right.
Saying doubting yourself, those doubt demons.
Oh, I got
We have to fast, right? And when you fast and you become really weak, that's as close to death itself that you get when you fast, man.
Right.
Which is why you have that connection, because you afflict your body, you afflict your flesh when you fast, and the Lord has like a more direct connection with you.
I got you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. No, I got something for you, bro. Mark 14:38. Watch ye and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. The spirit truly is ready, but the flesh is weak.
Right, man. And guess what? Yahawashi was a perfect example of this, man. Right before the dove rested upon his shoulder, which is the Holy Spirit, he went into a 40-day fast. He did that for our learning, for our example, right? Because if we're to be so-called Christians,
Is your phone?
I heard something buzzing. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. So what was I saying again?
Fasting,
Yeah, the 40 years.
Oh yeah. So yeah, man. So that was an example to us, man, to pray and fast, man, for these weaknesses, man, for these infirmities.
Right. It's good to say that the devil immediately came.
Right, he came, and
At his weakest point.
right.
Yeah.
Yahawashi felt like dying, man. Then the angels came and ministered off to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Make these rocks bread, yo.
Right.
Yeah.
Tempt
You're the
us.
son
Yeah,
of God. Why don't you make the And what did he say?
Scoffing,
Thou
man.
shalt not tempest, the Lord, man.
Right.
Cut him every
No.
time.
He said. When he talking about the bread, he said, "Thou shalt not live by
bread
alone,
water.
but by this word."
And then he
Then
said,
when he told them, if you fall,
Right.
save yourself, thou shalt not
There you
tempt
go.
the Lord.
Because you think about it, 40 days that he fasted.
Right.
Most people can't go 3 days without eating, man.
Yeah.
Without, and then on top of that, we didn't have it how Yahawashi had it, where he didn't really have to work. We had to wake up in the morning. So you gotta have energy for that.
Right.
You have to go start your car, do this, do that, go to work, pick shit up, put shit down. You know what I mean?
And Salakia,
And he was walking around in the
and
wilderness.
fast,
Yeah,
fasting, just to be clear, does not mean you don't eat anything or drink anything. It means that you refrain from eating most things or some things, or when you want to fast, for example, right? You could be eating the elements. You could be eating like leaves or whatever it is. They're edible, right?
Salad or fruits.
Honey and stuff like that. You could eat those things, right? But you're not basically eating a lot of stuff.
I think the Lord did a fast, like complete fast. Yeah, I think he did no water, no meat.
Right, nothing.
But what you're saying is that there's different types of fast that you can do.
Right. I don't want people to start not eating. For 40 days.
Right. I mean, someone tried to do that.
Oh, why you flick a bread?
You said I could be like Yahawashi.
I heard somebody try to do that. It didn't last like 4 days.
Well,
5 days.
Muslims try to proclaim that they do that shit. And what's that shit called?
Ramadan.
But they eat afternoon, I think.
Yeah,
right?
after sundown.
Yeah, they'll fast
So
for
it's just like, bro, you're not.
But it was the spirit of the Lord that had Yahawashi going. That which is why Yahawashi told Satan that man shall not live by bread alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? but because the Lord can have you, you know, not eat for 50 days and still keep you alive. He can keep your spirit going in your body, no matter how long. You know what I mean?
Right. He could, you know, whenever your organs might be ready to shut down, he could just snap a finger and make them just be good, and you just keep going.
Hey, Stephen, we believe through the Spirit that Stephen didn't feel any pain
when he got stoned.
So exactly. If that, you know, not to change the subject, but I'm just saying, like, the power of the Lord, man. He is, man. He exists.
Hey, man, it just so happened that he fasted for 40 nights and he was ministered by the angels, man.
Right.
And if he wouldn't have, Yahawashi would have probably fasted longer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for that.
Right.
Right. He would have done it on to death.
Right, man. But it's important to, you know, this is Luke 17 I'm going to go into.
Oh, go ahead.
And verse 32 and 33 is self-explanatory, man. You know, the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 32, it says, remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it.
Right, man. And then we're talking about the CDC and all that. What's it called? The CBDCs, man. You see, a lot of people are going to try to save their souls at this time, right? Trying to say, I'm just going to get it because I don't believe that's the MRAK. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to do it because I need to eat. I need to feed my children. I can't see my wife not do her nails.
I made over 100 grand last year. And I had 70% of that saved up for the past 6. I got a 401k that's crazy.
Right. I got mortgages.
I just bought a house. Got mortgages.
Which is what the we call it, the CV-19. You know, that was a whole test. Wasn't people saying the same thing? Oh, I can't.
I'm gonna lose my job.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my job if I don't do. Like, yo, but all these people are the same people. Like, oh, I trust in God.
If you don't eat all these Christians.
Yeah, they were saying I trusted God, but then when their feet got put to the fire, they folded like a lawn chair.
That was like, if I don't eat this, if you don't eat this spoonful of shit, literal shit, you can't, you're not gonna be able to keep your job. And people still ate that shit because it was just as bad, if not worse. What the fuck they was putting in them?
Some did it without the if you lose your job. Some said, "Yeah, you want a free cheeseburger?"
Right.
Oh,
You want a free donut
and all that shit.
Bro,
the way you said it was hilarious.
Yeah, you want a free cheeseburger?
Yeah,
Go take this.
When they had that awkward ass nigga, they had that governor from New York talking about this cheeseburger. You know, when you think of Maxine's, you should think of
it's fucking
cheeseburger. And then the way he was eating it looked just like how what's his name from Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, when he was in front of the Senate, how he sipped on water. He was like, he looked mad weird, mad awkward, like an alien.
Snake, right?
He looked like one of the characters in the Men in Black that he was pretending to be a human type shit. Well, this nigga was like, and you're telling me there's a fries element to this? Like, who the fuck says that?
Like that.
I'm about a fucking meal, bro.
Oh, there's a plus, not just a burger.
That nigga said element. Nigga said element. Oh, there's a fry element to this. And he took it. He dipped the shit out of it. He bit the tip of the fry out.
Being his words are smoother than butter.
That nigga probably went backstage after the camera closed and everything. That nigga puked that shit.
He would.
Oh, people eat this shit.
Right.
He knows it's poison.
Right. They was pandering crazy. Now they ain't gonna pander nothing. It's gonna be like, yo, like, if you do it, or you fucking die. The people that don't mix are gonna cease to exist.
And that's
Cockswab said.
Right. And that's the spirit you said it, because that's what we were talking about right before you brothers got here.
Right.
As Beanie Siegel said, man, get down and lay down.
Right.
That's what they're already talking about over here in Australia, man.
And Luke said, remember Lot's wife. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
remember Lot's wife. Huh? You have to forsake this bitch, bro.
Oh shit.
If you think about it, if you think about it, Lot forsook his wife, because he didn't look back himself. He did for the mother of his children.
He knew the goal. The Lord said, "Don't look back." He wasn't going to do that.
Right.
You want me to go back to this article?
Nah.
So, back in this article, the People's Voice says Australia's biggest bank bans cash, forces customers to adopt CBDCs or lose everything. It says the WEF-controlled nation of Australia is forcing the public to switch to a central bank digital currency system and has warned citizens that they risk losing all of their money if they refuse. Says one of Australia's biggest banks Mark Quarry.
Look, someone come look at this. I know what the fuck is this nigga doing?
Oh,
Move the whole car we had.
Yeah, he's that shit.
Yeah, I got a fucking little dent on my truck. The only piece of the freaking car that didn't have a dent
Somebody
now has a dent. Every fucking fenders, the what is it, quarter panel, whatever the fuck they call that
Everything.
shit. Everything got a goddamn dent in my car, bro.
No, I didn't even know until you told me.
I had to tell you.
Yeah. Water though.
Yeah, bro.
Even if you didn't know.
Nah,
but I know what
it'll
you mean.
fuck my conscience.
Yeah.
Especially with the brothers.
Right. One of Australia's biggest banks, Macquarie Bank, told customers last week that it will completely eliminate cash this year, and if customers refuse to use CBDCs, they will own nothing.
Right, this is a threat.
Right.
This ain't even asked you like, hey, I think you
Draconian law.
hey, I recommend you guys do this really strong because we're gonna switch over. You know, it's gonna be a smooth transition. No, they say you better do it or else.
That's it. Yeah. Get down and lay down.
Right. There was no warning, nothing.
It was like, oi,
hey, mate.
oi, mate.
Check
You
this out.
niggas don't leave this,
Right.
hello.
Right.
You're not gonna own shit. Not even
And
that,
then
what's that shit called? That animal that be over there?
The
The dingo.
Dingo.
Oh,
You're not gonna own the dingo.
Yeah,
We're gonna take your
right.
fucking dingo.
That sounds like crazy.
accident.
What's that precept, brother, that speaks about if Esau be evil to himself,
Oh,
then
who shall he do
then
good?
who shall he do
Sirach.
good to?
Right, yeah.
If he's doing that to his own people in
Right.
Australia,
Right.
what makes you simple Jakes think
Right.
that he's not gonna come over here in America
Right.
and do the same shit and do the same thing in Russia and do the same thing in Turkey
Right.
and do the same shit?
I didn't even know Australia was so like gully like that, like so much of an asshole until the whole pandemic happened and all the shit that they were doing to the people. Like you over here trying to say like, yo, listen, I can't even go in my life, motherfucker, and they fucking trap you up and fuck you up and take you to the bookie. I didn't even know they was that harsh out there, bro. I thought these niggas was cool shit.
Right. That whole fucking land is just dangerous.
Yo,
You got the
bro.
sharks that will
Right.
kill you.
A lot
You got
of snakes.
the
God
snakes.
damn.
You got the insects
And then Esau
and
is
the fucking
eating-
people. Yeah,
fucking
the
killing
fucking
everything.
Not only
Edomites.
that, but when I was
I'd never go over that bitch.
correct me if I'm wrong. When I was studying about it, they sent a lot of people from Britain, a lot of their prisoners into Australia, to basically died. So it's a second option of death. And they survived, and then they created their own population.
Do the Aborigines even still exist out there?
They were there.
Did they kill them all by now?
They were there before the Europeans got there, but then they ended up exterminating the.
Look at that truck
population.
again.
Oh, he's back again. So he must live around here.
Must.
This guy's ready for like.
Them niggas in Australia probably went up to the Aborigines like, oi, you motherfuckers don't have no bank accounts. Burn everybody to a crisp.
You call that a knife? This is a knife.
This is right.
You call that a flame? This is a flame.
Yeah, put the fucking sun out.
Burn the fuck out of everybody with torches and
Right.
shit. Damn, yo, I didn't know Esau was so fucking hectic out there, so crazy out there.
Yeah. I mean, no.
So think about it, right? After generations of living, all those prisoners making babies and stuff, all
All that psychotic,
these
fucking
psychotic genes and
mentality.
shit got passed down into those people.
Right.
Nice.
Those people are cycles out there.
Right,
Them niggas go home and act like that Jake, that Edomite that you sent all of us. Remember that Edomite that you sent all of us? That he was next to his wife. He was like,
oh shit, that
yeah,
shit
yeah,
wasn't that
yeah.
funny.
them Australian niggas go home after the camera.
I
They take
could
their
swear I
ties
seen the
off,
whole thing. I seen that whole documentary.
start
at one point.
grunting and shit.
I guess
Right.
they were
God damn, son.
they were pressing
Beast.
that guy about something.
Beast mode, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, but he was
Demon mode.
his true nature.
Right.
He was on demon mode.
And that's how Esau's gonna be, bro. In times of trouble, you're gonna go back to
The brother said
Right,
they're
they're
going
gonna
to
You see, his wife
Ways,
didn't even flinch. She's used to it.
Yeah, I know. She was just
He
unfazed
was like,
by the
whatever,
whole
it's
shit.
just
Yeah.
fucking Ron.
Right. Yeah,
He was right
Ron
over
being
here.
Ron.
He was right over her goddamn shoulder too. And she was just patting on his back, like, all right, shit.
Yeah, all right.
Like
calm
that
down.
TV.
like that's his normal state.
Yeah,
right.
We're on TV, baby.
I
We're
know.
on TV.
I mean, don't make me get your leash.
Nigga
Calm
went
down.
inside. Don't you ever.
Fucking
You
Walking
look like
Dead
the
and
zombies.
That's
from,
how they eat when they sit down at lunch too.
Oh, Walking Dead.
Right.
Right.
I remember somebody
Right.
putting the blackout that
zombie
sound
shit,
effect.
yeah.
Oh, see, Walking Dead is actually filming
To
in Lowell.
somebody.
Yeah, I heard that
New
was filming
season?
out
Yeah.
here. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of fiend looking.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Hello.
Like, they don't even need makeup. Look
And
at
I'm talking about
Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah,
spin
right.
around and
And I'm
shit.
talking about the Edomite wars.
Yeah,
right,
Jake don't look that bad, but these niggas up there, them
They be
Edomites,
looking
Especially the woman out
Lawrence
there,
and,
right.
and all the places around there, especially Lowell, man. For some reason, niggas look like zombies. That ass.
Low state,
That's
bro.
fentanyl county.
Right, bro.
Man. This is from Daily, same article. It says Daily Huddle.com reports the bank says customers will no longer be able to access a list of over-the-counter services at Macquarie's, the bank, physical locations, nor deposit or collect checks or order new checkbooks.
Remember, like we said earlier, 2 weeks ago, the people who didn't even know nothing, they went to the bank, tried to grab money out. They were like, we don't have money. I mean, what do you mean? This is a bank.
Right.
Money's in here. Where's my money?
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of this fucking thing.
Right. There was no warning. Basically, the most important thing you guys get out of this, same thing's going to happen here. Right. You got the warning at least, right? So mentally prepare yourself because you're not going to be able to physically do nothing without the Lord.
Right.
It's like most supermarkets you go in here, you go to in the United States, they don't even have the products. They have like this paper, but that's like this 3D,
Right. Just
realistic fucking.
Just a image to make the people feel calm, so they don't see that it's fucking nothing there.
Where the fuck is the oatmeal?
Yeah.
And I always ask them the question too, knowing the answer. But hey, do you guys got any of these in the back? Like, no, that's all we got.
Right. It's just what you see is what you get. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't even know. That's how poor Jake is. But I didn't even know they have more services in the bank than to like take your money and give you money. That's it.
Yeah. Sometimes they didn't stock it yet, depending on what time of day you go.
No, well, you were just reading certain services.
I
didn't know they had anything. I didn't know they had anything but opening up a checking account and taking your money that you put in there. Because Jake most of us don't have no goddamn mortgages. Take loans out, other certain fucking. I guess these are services that banks give too, but I'm not sure, totally oblivious to the shit.
I'm not even sure how much money the cap is, but like I believe correct me if I'm wrong. If you try to ask for 10,000, you got to come back in an appointment.
2,000.
2,000 is it? Yeah, I thought it was 10.
Yeah, 2,000.
Oh my god.
Well, at least in
Australia.
But there was a bank
because they were phasing out cash.
Right. Banks only carry a certain amount of money anyways, because most of the money has to stay in circulation because it's tied up with the economy and other shit that is.
But you can give them 100,000, deposit 100,000, and then if you try to get
come
it
back the next day, they'll tell you to wait. They'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna give you the 16 now and promise to give you the other 84."
What they'll tell you is, like, I went to a spot where I was like, what if I want to get 10? They said you got to call them a week before, so we can get it ready for you, and then. That's only 10.
Damn.
Yeah, imagine if you got like over 10 saved.
In reality,
that shit's gonna be gone.
In reality, you really don't even need to. You shouldn't be. This whole time, I would say, right? We shouldn't have been putting our money in no banks. Your brother was putting me on to what was it? That you were saying that what you really should put your money.
Credit cards.
What is it?
You said credit cards?
Credit unions. I think you said, right?
Credit unions.
That's where you should put your money.
I mean, it's all about that's just a different bank. It's the same thing. It's still a bank.
So at the end of the day, you should just keep your money in the safe.
Ultimately, if you think about it, it's like we were talking about a couple of years ago, right? Cash is king. Right. So when you have cash, that gives you power because you're able to get whatever you want. But once cash is out of the equation, right, which that's what he's trying to do, allow the world to transition or force the world to transition into a cashless society. Now it's like, let's say
a little bit of power that was left.
Let's say you got a credit card or you have something.
Think about it.
Right. Ultimately, it's going to lead to the MARK, and once it gets to the MARK, it's literally all right. You can go say you're gonna go get this. Like I got the MARK, but if they say nope, you already had too much cheeseburgers today, and that's how that shit sounds comical. I used to tell the brother, "Come on, brother." I remember that. I was like, "Yo, brother, a cheeseburger," and the brother's like, "Nah, bro, legit." And it made me thinking, like, "Yo, bro, that's a fact, bro. Too much cheeseburgers today." How you can't get a cheeseburger? You know what I mean? Oh, hold up. His brother didn't pay that ticket. Right. Nah, don't let him get a house. Don't let him get a car. Literally nothing.
Or if you try to hoard waters, thinking that you're gonna go past a hurricane, like, nah, you got too many waters.
They're tracking your ass. And they already know what you're buying and shit like that.
That shows you how much, because this is all prophecy, right? That we're talking about. I mean, the scriptures. We could relate this article and certain things that we're gonna do to scriptures and prophecy. Right. I remember when I was younger, the time that they was doing every Thursday night at church would be will be prophecy night. And somebody said the same thing you just said, bro, back then. I'm talking about 15, more than 20 years ago, as a matter of fact, more than 25 years ago. Jay came out in the church and said, listen, it's gonna get to the point where if you bought a pizza and your cholesterol, because they also have your medical information, all this, and your money and all this other shit, they're gonna be like, oh no, you good. You can't eat that today. Here's a list of the shit that you can't eat. This is what he said.
Right.
And that was in the 90s before when the RFID and all these things were not brand new, but fairly new. Look at this devil.
Oh man, he look like the little poster guy.
Jeepers.
That's exactly what he looked like. Yeah.
48, like the Grim Reaper.
Right.
About to go kill somebody.
Yeah, you know, it goes into
about to go into a sewage.
Right. So it goes into the the social credit scores and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have, and the apostles been bringing this out for years now. You know, they're gonna have everybody connected. Their plan is to have everybody connected to the Internet of Things.
Right.
You know, have people connected to the Wi-Fi and you know, talking to your refrigerator, your fucking stove and shit. The central banks, the one world currency, the one world government, everything intertwined with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you literally, as it says in Revelation 13, 16 on down, you will not be able to participate in society unless you are a part of it. And that's why it's so important for us to bring out this to you brothers and sisters out there of why it's a major deal that they're going cashless, because it might seem convenient because that's what they're going to paint it. Yeah,
that's their goal.
Right, but their goal is to track and trace so they can ultimately be as gods on earth.
Right.
That's what so they control everything.
Right, and it's gonna happen no matter what, no matter how much people don't want that to happen, no matter how much Esau is gonna finally protest against it at some point. You know what I mean? Like really hit the streets and uproars and stuff. No matter what, it's still gonna happen. Look, I have a couple quotes here from the so-called founding fathers of this country, right? Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson once said, if the people only understood the rank and justice of our money and banking system, there will be a revolution before morning. This is what Andrew Jackson said.
Right.
Andrew Jackson one time said,
I was going to bring real quick and then keep going.
Right, because ultimately, if you think about it, he's trying to say that if the people understood how the finance work in America, then you will understand that the finance system is corrupt and is ultimately owned by the elites. This is how the elites have power over the people. Because if you really analyze it, right, even right now that the cash is still in the society, we're still going through hyperinflation.
Right.
We're still going through recessions.
Right.
And how the fuck are why is the people being affected through
inflation and deflation?
Right. How is the people getting affected through that if ultimately we're all working, right? We're all paying taxes. But what's happening, right? The fucking America just printed fucking over billions of dollars to get to Ukraine, and none of it went to America, to the people.
Right. You still got poverty over here.
The system, the government themselves are screwing the people in America.
Right.
So going back to what the brother said, if people understood the finance, how the shit truly worked.
And we just hit $32 trillion in debt.
China.
Clock.
Mostly owned by China.
Mostly owned by China. Right. So Andrew Jackson.
Right.
I'm gonna quote two quotes from Andrew Jackson. One from Andrew Jackson, the other one from Thomas Jefferson. Everything that we're talking about right now. Right. And the reason I'm bringing this out, right, because I screenshotted this on a YouTube video I was watching. Some random podcast was talking about finance. It's because of what I said earlier. Like, this is gonna happen. This is their plan, and ultimately this is what they want. You know, and the Lord is gonna give them a taste of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the ultimate test. Right. You know, for Jake, who's the only ones that really count in anything, to either take it or not take it. You know what I mean?
And you watching those different videos and everything, as the scripture say in Ecclesiastes 12th chapter, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Right. About the economy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of information is coming out.
Right.
But a lot of people are too busy worried about Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
And these are comments. These are comments from people that were watching it. After I was you know, because you start scrolling, you get good information from a podcast or from information that's coming out, but then you start scrolling in comments and you start seeing other things that are being said, and it's like, oh shit.
Sometimes there's some professionals that be on the comment.
Right. And people that are in tune with what's going on,
they'll
You know what I'm
give their
saying?
little 2 cents.
Critical thinkers,
Right, right.
actually intelligent.
People who actually read, right?
Right.
Like those weird books that like finance books. And
Right,
shit.
right,
Right,
right.
right, yeah.
Right.
I don't read none of those because I got the patience for that.
Me neither, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of
But let me see. So Andrew Jackson said, if the people only understood the rank injustice of our money and banking system, there will be a revolution before morning. Okay,
right.
and this nigga said this
Damn.
over 100 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. That's Andrew Jackson. That was the 5th president,
Yeah,
right?
he was the devil with the Trail of Tears.
Right, for the Trinity.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was this devil.
Yeah, yeah.
That was, and he was talking about the people that he's talking about here was his own, other Edomites.
Right.
He was talking about us.
talking about, because he was
He was talking about us. They was already pissed off that they was emancipating slavery and shit.
Yeah.
Now he's like, fuck, now they want to fuck with our money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then Thomas Jefferson, he said, if the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the bank, meaning like they could inflate it, deflate it, could manipulate it. The banks and corporations that will grow up around them, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all property until their children wake up homeless.
Right.
That's why you got it.
Which is what you were saying earlier, Lahab, about people are gonna not own nothing. Everything will be rented.
Yeah, right.
For example, the inflation, they'll hike up the prices on something. Business will go out. They'll buy it for the low, and then build stuff on top of that. Look at what happened in 2020.
Right.
A lot of businesses went out of business because nobody was coming into the offices. For example, like the skyscrapers in New York.
Right.
A lot of people weren't releasing them no more for the whole year, so they started losing business.
Right.
A lot of those were getting bought out.
Right. They don't get. In other words, they don't get bailed out by the government that works for them, for those people, right? Because a lot of these grassroots companies that are corporations sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they don't get, maybe not corporations, but they don't get any type of the easy help from their government as corporations do and banks. Because what happens with a bank that goes under? They get bailed out by the government, because the government and these banks are like this, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll get this piece real quick.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Ultimately, what really runs our society is not even the government; it's the bankers.
Right. But it goes to show you that our government or the government of Babylon and other governments have been what's that shit called? Hijacked. Hijacked by these banks.
Can you reread that real quick before you bring out the piece?
Which one?
The one you just read?
The second one, right?
That was good.
This is Thomas Jefferson that said, if the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all property until the children wake up homeless, until their children wake up homeless. So this is talking about even Edomites.
Right.
Yeah, and he who does evil to himself,
whom shall he do good?
Right. And what does it say afterwards?
To whom shall he do good?
Yeah, but no, afterwards. After that. Doesn't it keep going? He shall not profit or delight. Something along those lines.
Yeah. What's that? What was it? Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah, it's a rock. I forget now. 32 is it? I don't know if it's 32. Because man, this it's gonna affect everybody, and eventually it's gonna affect these elites too, man. It's their own downfall. Because the Lord's not gonna let that shit slide, man. The Lord's not gonna let that happen and pop and
14:5
and flourish, man. You know.
14:5, right?
I'm gonna read it real quick for you, brother.
Right.
This is Sirach 14, and we said 5, right?
Yep, 5 and 4. 5 and 6.
5 and 6. And it reads, 5th verse: He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
To nobody.
Right. He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Right.
There is none worse than he that envieth himself. That's fire.
Right. But that's the next one, right?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
for
the
the end,
verse, right.
I'm talking about the end of 5th. End of the 5th. What is it? He shall not what?
He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
He's not going to take pleasure in his good. First of all, his people are going to be destroyed.
Right.
And second of all, the Lord's going to slap the spoon out his mouth.
Right.
Why he's still trying to chew it before he even chews that last bit, before he slides it off the spoon. You know what I'm saying?
God.
I mean, we're going through that right now, man.
Right.
Taxes are high.
Taxes are high.
Gas is high. Food is high. We can't pay our bills. They're still taxing us.
Right.
They're still paying. They're still making us pay a bunch of shit. They're going up on prices on everything. Right. You see what I'm saying? They're inflating everything.
But even after they try to put this their device into play, the Lord is not going to let them take pleasure on it.
Yeah,
finish it and flourish.
They're not going to eat off.
They're not going to eat off of it. They're not going to act according to it. The Lord is going to basically stop it. You know what I'm saying?
The central bank is nothing but another type of snare, man.
Right.
And Esau himself knew it was coming, right? But now they're all trapped. They're all under the slave of this banking system, man.
Right.
And now
Wicked, bro.
They're getting ready to flip the whole table upside down, man. We're not ignorant of what's going on, man.
You know, that's the spirit you brought that. I got that precept. The spirit you brought that out because that about the finance is a major part of prophecy because it leads to the M-A-R-K of the beast. So ultimately, even there's gonna be a lot of little things that's gonna lead up to sedition of men.
Showing you that even though they said it 100 years ago, this has been a plan for a minute.
Right. There's gonna be a lot of things that lead to sedition of men, and one of those things is the finance crisis that's coming to America.
Right. You know how many proud people out there always blogging about their lifestyle and everything like that. A lot of proud demons out there just going to have to keep up the charade after all this shit.
When I was watching this podcast, you know how every like 5 minutes there's like a commercial, and the commercial will be like, "Don't be stupid. Get into these whatever blockchains and all this bullshit. Like they're not
Bitcoin.
gonna.
What the fuck is this nigga parking here?
Like they're gonna. Niggas think his license plate says go vote. Fucking nerd.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know, there's people out there trying to profit from the warnings that are coming out from even like these financial experts that are telling you, yo, the house is burning. It's about to be over.
Right.
And the commercial come out like, don't let it be over. Grab a fire extinguisher and make sure your house is nice and protected by doing this and the third. Call me. It's a free seminar. Blah, blah, blah. You let these niggas talk you into some bullshit, bro. By the end of that commercial, you over here trying to buy shit that you don't even need.
That's why every time Esau's trying to sell me something, bro, I can't. Yo, it pisses me off. Yo, I know this nigga's trying to rip me off. Trying to get commission off of me.
Each and every time.
He's trying to, like, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, scam artists always come out in times that people are vulnerable, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, if let's say something big happens downtown somewhere, right? And a couple buildings lose some type of finance, you know, Red Cross and all these other people will come out, these organizations, to help out some way, somehow, right? But then you got scammers that'll come in and try to also get you to do shit for their profit, man.
Right.
Well, and the whole time you don't know and they getting you.
Right. You think about like, for example, when they had that Greek parade and the nigga had 1 million flags and shit like that. Or even if you go to the movie theater, you didn't bring any soda or popcorn with you, so they use that against you, you know, to take advantage of you. Oh, well, you don't have no popcorn. We have popcorn, but you got to pay $10.
$52 for the
popcorn. Yeah, exactly. $52 for this.
And only $31.99 for the soda.
Shit.
Oh, you thirsty?
You won't choke.
Yeah,
right, and they add mad salt on that shit. Like, your body forces you to go buy some soda.
Because now, exactly. Now you're fucking all dried out and shit, growing with damn salt.
Right.
You need a
then
water.
you get out and you got all types of fucking illnesses from it and shit.
Just like what they do allegedly in the casinos, man.
Goddamn tickets, $25 per ticket or some shit like that. You know?
Rob your ass.
I live by the IMAX. Yo. I think it's like almost $20 for a ticket.
Yeah, just to get in.
Just to get in, bro. Only good thing is that they have a bar, but in the bar,
that shit is expensive as fuck.
Expensive as hell, and then the shit be watered down.
Right. Yeah, they put mad ice in that.
I was seeing what is it? The movie with the Avengers, the last one. When Iron Man died and shit. Endgame.
Right.
I had to tell the nigga, yo, can you let me get a shot? Throw that motherfucker in that drink for me too, please. Your shit is water.
Yeah, right.
He's like, hey man, they give me certain. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah,
it's not bounce, man.
Yeah.
Give people their money's worth at least.
Right.
You know.
Right. Sometimes what they do is this brother I know, you probably know what's up too. Like if you go to a restaurant or to a spot, they'll make it a little watered down so you can buy another one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you drink one, it'll probably hit you. But you know, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah,
but if it's watered down, they want you to get another one.
Right. Which is why I always order Long Island iced teas, because
It's a stronger drink.
It's the strongest one in there, and, and they put a couple different joints in. And then you tell the person, yo, give me a nice Long Island. I'm only gonna want one. I'll give you a tip. You gotta tell the niggas, nigga can come and give you a good drink.
Right, yeah.
And you just hit that nigga off for $5 and bounce.
Yeah, right. Instead of buying 2 Long Islands.
Right.
Long Islands
be having me nice,
where
bro.
You go, $4.
Oh, that's my favorite drink. Iced tea.
You
brothers know.
like $40.
Yeah.
You brothers know I love iced tea. Add some alcohol to that shit. That's a plus to me.
Good time for
So iced tea or lemonade. I think it's off top.
No, lemonade's good too, but iced tea is
lemonade. Any liquor goes good with any lemonade.
Right.
All right, bro.
You gotta appreciate.
Yeah, I still got that 2 Corinthians 11, bro. You want to go back to the article you had?
Let's go back to the article. We'll go back to that.
Right.
Oh, let me read this real quick. That's lucky. I just came back to it. So this is Habakkuk. This is the time that we're living in, man.
And the dating.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's the mother, the lover. What the fuck is going on?
So this is Habakkuk.
Yo, this nigga mad suspect over here. Though.
Start at 1.
There we go.
Really just
start that shit and bounce.
It's a woman.
Women. You heard Shemaya? Shemaya.
What?
Like that meme? Women. And then they start sipping coffee.
Yeah.
two cartoon niggas looking at each other.
This is Habakkuk 2. And I'll start at 1.
Oh my God, look at what this bitch is doing. They don't honk the horn. She took a whole right in a green light, mad illegal. It would have been in white, it would have been
She gotta be a Moabite.
until she down the block. I thought it was an Edomite. I'm pretty sure it was an
They think they
Edomite.
run everything.
Yeah, man. That's a whole nother
This
topic.
looks like a take a right. Yeah.
This is Habakkuk 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower,
Right.
and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I reprove. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, that the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right, he said the vision, when we see it, we will run to it. Run to what? The Lord, man. Run and also separate ourselves from this kingdom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna, the elect is gonna understand, man. That's why it's playing upon table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a mystery to us, maybe to them, it's a stumbling block.
And the reason it is so plain and clear and obvious, right? It makes sense to the elect is because, you know, the elect is who's listening for the Lord.
Right.
And that's who the Lord is saying, my sheep. You know, that sheep, my sheep hear me. That sheep that my sheep hear my voice. That sheep that he's talking about is the elect.
Right. Because
You know what I'm
this book
saying?
is for us.
Because he was talking to all his people.
Right.
All his people are really his sheep.
Right.
But he mentioned how his sheep hears him.
Right.
The flock that the Lord, his father, gave him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He said none shall be plucked out of his hand.
Exactly.
Right.
You know?
So there's nothing that Esau could do.
There's nothing,
No type of you can't. What is it? The snares and the gins and also oh man, when they're lying, there's like witchcraft.
Oh, deception.
Another word we use, but another word that probably comes to me later. None of that is going to affect us, man,
Right.
or affect the elect. Cause we hope to. We're just a hopeful elect,
Right.
You know? But the elect is out here.
Right.
They're out there prophesying. They're out there learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And teaching and going forth. You know what I mean? So it's out there, right?
Right.
Believers is out there.
And women and children.
Charm spells.
Oh yeah, the things that I forget the word.
Enchantment.
Enchantments. That's the word that we always use. Enchantments is not going to work on us, man.
Right. The Lord's dealing with his elect people, man. And I'm not a computer programmer or nothing like that, but when you pull out the SSD card on a motherboard, which I've never done that, I just know about it, it fits in a specific slot, man. You can't just like a plug on the wall, man. The elect is only going to be able to be plugged in.
Right.
That's right.
Right? 3 prongs, nigga, not 4.
Right.
Right. They were programmed that way by the Lord. They were created, you know what I mean, by the Lord. So that just like Esau was created to do what he does.
Right.
The elect was created to, at one point, at the end of all this, hear the Lord, follow him, and their reward be given to them at the latter end.
Right. And what's beautiful is the latter end of the elect. The latter end of the elect is oh man, that should fuck my whole head up.
All I can say is fuck.
Yeah.
That's Northern Kingdom for like it smells type shit. Like,
Yeah.
Like, that shit stinks.
Yeah. But the
Edomite.
The ugly ass
The female Barney
butch
from
daggers that pass by.
Yeah.
Pure swine.
That's why Aaron used to call them butch daggers. I think.
Bull dagger.
Bull daggers.
Bull dagger, right.
God
Bull
damn.
She
dagger.
looked like Barney.
That
from
sounds
the Simpsons.
disgusting.
Right.
Huh?
She was like Barney from the Simpsons.
Right.
The drunk dude.
But
Oh yeah.
the,
Nigga used to burp before he says anything.
what's beautiful is the latter end of the elect is glory.
Right.
And the scriptures talk about that these devils, they didn't consider their latter end.
Right.
They
Right.
thought that their land would continue on forever.
Right.
You know, they thought that because they sentence against the evil work wasn't executed speedily, basically like the Lord was dealing with them. Oh, the Lord must have just forgot about us.
Right,
Whatever,
right.
we good.
Hey, because that
You know?
in Sirach, what you read, right? In the 5th chapter, it says, "He who does evil to himself." That could be applied to anybody.
Right.
But in this case, in this topic that we're talking about Esau, and he fits it better than anybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
at the end of that scripture, it says that he's not gonna take pleasure.
Right.
It is because ultimately, you know, as the scripture says, you know, he who diggeth a ditch shall fall therein.
Yep.
There's
Same
many
shall fall
different
therein,
scriptures that'll tell you
what
like
you sow.
reap what you sow.
Yep,
What
yep.
goes around comes around,
Right.
type of shit. And Esau is not going to flourish in his device, which is
Right.
why it says in the scriptures that he's going to be the first one to be put into slavery. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be in the rocks and everything, but those are the first niggas. Those are the first niggas that's gonna go into slavery.
Right.
So here it is. You saved yourself for slavery. Ultra violent slavery, might I add.
Right. And just like it says on this where is it at? On this dollar bill.
I created that though.
Created it? Can you create me a couple?
It might not be in there. Huh? What you looking for?
Like that meme that
Where the hell is
like
it?
gift that you
That's
look
illegal to
When it
do.
talks about
It is. I think.
Right. I think so. Does it talk about somewhere the
I don't know what
enterprise
y'all
on
speaking
here?
about.
Right.
It mentions something about the enterprise.
Secret Service
Damn, I
about to
can't
roll
remember.
up on niggas.
We're live too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
What y'all
right. Yeah, I
niggas
know.
said?
What you talking about? FBI
We
just
got
roll up
you.
and
We
shit.
got you on live.
I need you to put that dollar down.
Right.
Okay, what we said.
There was something,
Got a couple
if I'm not mistaken, brothers and sisters, where it talks about the enterprise on here.
Enterprise?
Doesn't it mention
Somebody
enterprise on
folded the bill to look like a demon face.
Oh, yeah, I know. I think that
Maybe.
too. I know it says out of one, many.
here? Yeah, I know out of
Out
one
of many, one or something.
But anyway,
like that.
the scripture,
It also has an owl.
right? But there's a scripture that talks about they will not be able to perform their enterprise, right? So everything that
this Latin.
it might be the Atuic. But this is New World. This New
It is
World
around there. It is that.
Order. I think that's New World Order right there. I think it's
That
maybe
was
it's the top
Ordos
part.
Seclorum.
Yeah,
I know it.
but it's something brought. It was talking about the enterprise.
I
where
heard
it went into like an
Apostle
enterprise or something like
Ramblab mention
This
that.
right here?
right. That's all this for all
I
that.
was hungry, bro. Why is that?
Yeah, that's just
Yeah, that
telling you
just
that
tells
this is
you
a piece of
Secretary-
paper. That's,
Secretary of Treasury.
no,
it
it's
was on the
it's
back.
back
It was
here. It's
definitely
back
on the
here. It's
But I
above,
mean, it's all good.
above the
But
pyramid.
their enterprise is to ultimately do away with this and have it all digitalized,
Right.
and this would be that one world currency.
Right, because that all seeing eye represents them on
Right,
top.
them on top.
Making control
Right.
everything.
Just like I like to always mention, Mad Max,
Right.
With the last one, with the something Joe, I forget his name, but the wicked dude, that had power over all the water, and
Okay,
everybody
yeah.
else was fucking thirsty. He literally was a god to them,
Yeah.
and that's what they want to do.
Make it rain.
He made it. Yeah, he was able to make it rain. Right. Just the same way Noah, Halal, whatever that demon,
Yeah.
they speak the way they do because they truly believe that they can accomplish God-like status on earth, man.
Right.
And the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, so they damn near got it.
Right.
But as Apostle Gabar said, once you have control over the earth and the resources, what's left but raw control over the people, man? And that's what they want.
Right.
Because
Because they got everything.
They got everything else.
Always the scripture says he has everything.
They're weighted or as deaf. How's it go?
No, the one that says that that they have everything that their eyes,
their heart desire.
their heart desire.
Right.
So the only thing left, they don't really need the money because they got it all.
They
You
got
know what I mean, they own the 99% of it.
Right.
What they need now is total control over the people because ultimately it's their makeshift type of
currency.
what Jacob is going to have, which is the promise.
The blessing. The makeshift
that blessing. Yeah,
right.
But it's a makeshift
Right.
blessing. They trying to make it happen for themselves.
Right.
Man, what is it? I forget how man, like the rulership, what Jacob is going to inherit, basically, right? The promise of the firstborn.
Yeah, the blessing.
The blessing, right?
There's another word. I think.
There's another word for it.
Yeah.
But that's what they're trying to make shift.
Right.
That's what they're trying to create.
Right.
They're like, oh, the Lord ain't gonna give it to us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this challenge. We're gonna try to kill these niggas. The ones that are left, we're gonna just control them. You know, it's easier for us to control 500 million as opposed to 8 billion.
Right.
So we're gonna do everything we got to do to minimize it, and that we can manage it. You know, compartmentalize. Yeah, that word always trips me up. You know, everything, and we could run everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So in their mind,
you agree?
Right. Inheritance. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, inheritance. Right. They're trying to
get the inheritance that they would have had.
Right.
Being the firstborn.
Being the firstborn.
You know, and that was good that you referenced earlier that they wish that their houses continue forever.
Right.
The brother's gonna bring out Isaiah.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. I'm gonna start at verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground?
Oh, that so Lucifer again goes into light bearer, which means the king of Babylon, who is somebody of authority. That's why Yahawashi is the actual Lucifer, right? Not to confuse you, brothers, because he's a true light bearer.
But on this precept itself, right? Lucifer means light bearer, right? And that light bearer means you got the light, right? The enlightened ones, the Illuminati,
right?
Ultimately talking about these families. Rothschild, Rockefeller, Bilderberg, the head tribe of Esau, Edom, the 13 families, which is these Amalekites, right? Edomites, ultimately, that they believe that they're the true enlightened one, not knowing that in reality, us, the whole feel like we're the true Illuminati, we're the true enlightened one, right? And Yahawashi is that true light bearer, right?
Right now he's under the false pretense of the Lucifer, right? Because this is a stage that the Lord created for Esau, and he's on the limelight right now, right? He's got the stage right now,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
He's the man, this Lucifer is talking about these Edomites, the elites.
Right.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Heaven represents rulership.
That's right, brother. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Right. And when you're on the ground, you're in the lowest state, right? You're at base level, back to base.
Right. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yeah,
right. And that's exactly. Oh, you got it.
Well, so I can read it again.
Yeah, come, brother, come. Isaiah 14 and 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Right, and that's what he's doing right now. He's trying. Oh, as a matter of fact, I just did a lesson this morning about Jake in Boston. He had a kidney transplant from a pig.
Oh, he died.
Yes. It was genetically mutated to fit him, right? So this guy's playing God. He's taking animal parts and trying to make people live longer than they should.
I mean, a few years back, he was taking taking feces from one human and putting it in the gut of another human. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
he was taking shit from one person
and putting it. He's doing fucking like that. What was that crazy movie Centipede?
Human caterpillar.
100. Yeah, it is Centipede. Human Centipede.
Human Centipede.
Yeah.
And
he also
seen that?
Crazy.
And he also tried to
crazy,
put. He got part 2.
And they forced that nigga. They put a tube down the first person so he could feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a whole fucking...
That's Esau. Esau does that for pleasure.
Those are movies I would never watch.
I bet you he really did that in real life, too.
Nah, hell yeah.
That shit is highly disgusting.
What were you saying now? You mentioned something, man, I forgot what you were saying, bro. So like, when the brother brought up that movie, that shit fucked me up.
Wait, read it again.
Isaiah 14 and 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. You said you had a scripture. But we know ultimately, right? One way that he's trying to be like Yahawashi is by having full control of the people by eliminating the cash and bringing in this digital currency, right? that's one way that he's trying to be like the Most High, because Yahawah has eyes everywhere. He has control of everything. He has eyes everywhere. He sees everything.
Which makes sense that they everything that these devils are doing is all predicated on trying to be like the Most High. Having cameras and everything all over the place.
And the scriptures say for the love of money is the root of all evil.
That's right.
They're saying this man loves money. Everything is about money. Tax the people to death. They'll say this is a type of oppression, man, that the Lord hates.
That's right. Yeah, let me read the next precept, right? Isaiah 14 and 15. Yet, right? That's how the Lord is always like, he'll say something and he'll be like,
all this.
Yet, I'm gonna fuck you up, Esau. He's like, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, right? Not hell, that fiery place that they make believe, right?
It's talking about hell actually goes into Sheol, which means grave.
Right. That low condition,
right?
If you will.
Dirt.
Right. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the size of the pit.
So like when even when Jacob, when he mourns, he throws dirt on himself. He puts himself in a low state, in a mourning state.
Right.
That's exactly what Mordecai. What is a Mordecai?
In the book of Esther.
In the book of Esther, that's what he did.
A lot of them do, Now,
he smote themselves.
Right. They rip their clothing. Right. They make themselves in a very low state.
Right.
Because the Lord hears those that are in mourning, man.
Right.
The ones that are in a real low state.
Right. With that scripture, you had brought it up the other day. He is nigh unto them of a contrite heart.
Beautiful. That was my fact. Can we get that? I like that one.
Yeah, I love that scripture.
Right, because Esau's the opposite.
He's the opposite.
He's proud. Right.
Yeah. His head's in the clouds and shit.
Right. He wishes that his house will continue forever. I mean, he's trying to make people live forever. Right. To a certain extent, but he wants to also exterminate people. This guy's a walking hypocrite.
Yeah.
He don't know what he wants.
Right.
The Lord knows what he wants for him, man. It's total destruction, man.
Right.
And extermination of this goddamn vile person.
I got a precept.
I said that in a comment on Charlie's some shit. This Edomite nigga that was like defending the 48ers against another Edomite chick that was talking about this and that and the third. He's like, oh, well, did this happen? Did that happen? How do you know? How you got the proof? And then he was like, you know what? This is the first time I saw him a little out of character. He's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of all the hate towards the. And I was like, I was like, man, I see who pays your ass. But I went in, I was like, I just can't wait till the Lord delete all you goddamn Edomites. That's what I wrote. He's probably gonna come across it like Edomite. Where did I see that at? Because he says that he's a Christian. He'll sit up there and try to make sense of the Bible or tell people where they're wrong or whatever. Like, nigga, first of all, you're some type of public speaker. Yeah, he's not in this. He's a Christian, but he's not a pastor. He's not none of that. He's just. Well, I mean, this guy. I forget his name. Charlie something, 1976. So you already know this nigga's an Edomite to the core. Probably got a big P for besides pussy patriot. Pissy ass patriot in his whole chest. You know what I'm saying?
I got a precept backing up what you said earlier, brother. How the Lord, I don't know. You said the Lord hears the cries of the poor, right? I got a precept backing that up. 1 Peter 3. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
Right, man. And a lot of people do evil for what? For lucre's sake. Right. For money. Right? If you give me Luke chapter 4:17, I think it is.
I got Psalms 51:17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. Oh God, thou will not despise.
See, the Lord's only dealing with the brokenhearted, man. This is what the gospel's for. This is what Yahawashi came to tell you, man. This is for you. You got it?
Yeah. It's 4 and 18.
Yes.
18?
Yes. Go there and then jump down to Isaiah 61.
Luke 4, verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord.
Right. This is what he came for, man.
Yo, come this way so the brother can be in the view of that camera. Brother Malak covers.
You got it. You done with that, right?
Yeah, I was done with that.
So yeah, so he came to basically he went to the temple, and the Pharisees.
Right.
He demanded the Pharisees give him the book of Isaiah. This is what he was reading out of.
Yep, this is Isaiah 61, started at 1. The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Right. So he came here to what? To give us peace of mind, to also avenge us, right? To give us the promises that were given to Abraham. If you give me Luke 1:68. Are you getting something?
No, I got it.
All right,
I am trying to get something, but I'll get you this.
Yep, this is third verse. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
Right. This is what we are here to do. We are here to teach you the real gospel to the brokenhearted, the contrite spirit. Right. That there's actually a light at the end of the tunnel, man. That you are somebody.
Right.
That you are not what they call you and these names over here in this board. The bywords, man.
Right.
You are not an astonishment, man. You are kings and priests of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, the Lord, man.
Right. We are part of the chosen nation.
Right.
You know?
Right.
We're not heathens. We're not at the bottom of the food chain. We're not at the bottom of the barrel. But we are actually somebody, man. We Yasharah, the Prince of the Power.
Right.
Who's that power? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. The Lord gave us a last name, man.
Right.
Yasharah, baby.
Right.
You know?
Right, and that's who we come here to speak to, man.
Right.
Because the devil's coming with great wrath to make you go off, man.
That's right.
And
that
it's time.
devil is Esau Eater.
Right, and we're here to stir up your spirit, man, to let you know that there's something coming for you, something better coming for you, man.
Right.
If you're patient and you're willing to hearken unto the voice of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, through the mouth of the holy prophets that he sent onto y'all.
That's right, bro.
What?
This is Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people. He has raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. And that,
Which is Yahawashi, man.
That's right, bro.
The horn is symbolizes rulership, and Yahweh sent him here for us to fulfill his promise to Abraham to get us out of the hand of these devils, man, who oppress you on a daily basis, man. Who's getting ready to put the mark on you to further your relationship with Yahweh.
How you doing, man?
What are you? What are 12 tribes of Israel?
You said what? I'm sorry? What are the 12 tribes of Israel?
I'm trying to speak English. I'm not even all successful.
Where you from?
Germany.
Germany.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, what you see
What
here,
are 12 tribes of Israel?
what are the 12 tribes of Israel? Are you familiar with the Bible?
No idea.
You don't know what the Bible
I
is?
know Adam and Eve, and I know what's in the Bible. I think Jesus.
Abraham, yep.
Right.
If I don't know.
So you're not familiar with the Bible, but
The old Bible. The old Bible, I don't know.
You know the New Testament? You know the
No,
New
I
Testament?
just
A little bit.
no. But I know only the New Testament.
okay, so what we're teaching here, what we just went over, is the gospel. We're preaching the gospel to the 12 tribes of Israel that are on this side, as we know them on this side of the hemisphere. But it's not exclusive just to these people, because the Israelites were actually scattered throughout all nations of the earth, right? So we are here to preach the gospel among all nations to gather the elect of Israel.
Okay, the gospel is what in your eyes?
The gospel, we actually just read it. You have it,
Good
still?
news.
Yes.
Isaiah
But
61.
this is the New Testament.
Right.
Yes.
Matter of
Okay.
fact,
Okay.
are you familiar with the Bible? Can you understand
Yeah.
English?
He said he only knows the New Testament. He don't follow the Old
I
Testament.
only, I'm Christian, so the
Right.
New Testament is
All right, so
Old Testament is
we
nice.
just read Luke chapter 4 and
Forget it?
want to get it again?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's get it again. You know who you call him Jesus, right?
I call him Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is out of his mouth, right?
All right.
So if you read out the verse before
I
it,
will.
Yeah.
Because in this verse, the Lord, right, who the world calls Jesus, he mentions the Old Testament. So
Actually,
the Lord himself.
The Lord who the world calls Jesus, quoted the Old Testament over 20 times, over 17 to 20
I
times.
believe so. Sure.
Right, yeah. So this is what we're reading. And you said, what's the gospel? So Luke 4:17. and there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah.
Hold that. So he's in the temple right now. He's talking to the Pharisees, and he asked for the book Isaiah, which is
Right.
in the Old Testament. We're in the New Testament. He's telling you, bring me this book. All right, go ahead.
And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written. The
Right.
Spirit.
He specifically went to a place
Right.
in the Old Testament,
Right.
because back then they didn't have chapters, they didn't have verses. It was all scrolls.
Right. And they,
So-
didn't have Old Testament or New Testament.
There's no such thing.
also.
They didn't have this?
No, that's a new concept that was just created.
Yeah.
Old Testament before it was just the Bible, which the word Bible, Biblia, means a
Collection of
multiple
books.
collection of books.
Right.
Right. So Luke 4:18. This is the Lord speaking, who the world calls Jesus. Right. It says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind."
Salakia. And now we're gonna tell you who these people are. Because that's what he came for a specific reason, right? He came not to do his own will, but the will of the Lord. And the will of the Lord is to rescue or bring back the nation of Israel to its remembrance, to then give them the kingdom.
That's right.
Right?
But only the nation of Israel?
Only the nation.
Only
of
the
Israel.
nation of Israel.
Right.
We're gonna read that.
Right. And all right, we're gonna continue.
Right.
It says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor."
Who are the poor?
I'm poor.
Okay, we'll talk about as far as the poor and basically the Israelites were encouraged to be poor, right? So if we go to the curses, it tells you that these people will be below everybody else. So everybody's not equally poor.
Right.
Everybody's not equally oppressed. You could probably get a bank loan faster than I can.
Certainly.
Right.
Certainly.
So that's
Right.
different. Right?
Certainly. I will certainly get this a bank.
Yeah.
I certainly get bank.
I believe it. See that through the spirit we was talking about
I
banks
certainly-
today.
So let's continue. It says, "He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives,
Right.
and recovering."
Hold on. Salakia, who are the captives? Right? Do you got that, Isaiah?
I'll get it right now.
Snared in holes.
Yo,
One question. Why do you think I'm getting a bank loan here more than you? Why do you think this?
Well, because the people that look like you, right?
You meant white people.
Yeah.
People that
That's what I'm
look, well, because I don't know if you because that's what the people call you, right? People say you're white. I don't believe
Yeah,
white and
I'm
black.
white. Sorry to say this, but I'm white.
Right.
So you think I'm white? I'll get a bank loan than you?
definitely.
Right. In this country,
You
yes.
think so?
I'm gonna tell you why.
That is not true. I was in prison already because I couldn't pay. So, I mean,
Well,
you know,
No, but in
you do the
reality-
same mistake as anybody else. I'm white, middle aged. I have to have money. If I say I have no money, I'm lying. Everybody does it. I go to prison because I cannot pay for stuff. Because they think I'm white.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm
Slow
sorry.
down, slow down.
I'm really sorry.
All right, man.
I don't understand what the hell just happened.
He said.
He got
Do you think that? Why do you think I'll get a loan faster than you? And then we said because of your skin complexion. And that threw him off.
got it.
Yeah, but ultimately, it's not really, and that's cool if you leave. You know, it's not really a
Skin color.
white or black thing, because
And we told
in
him that.
reality, it's about you being an Edomite,
Right.
You know, and even if you are an Edomite, Esau Edom is so fucked up that even to his own people, he's screwing them right now,
Right.
You know, but what we're saying is Edomite, and this, listen, man, you gotta be living under a rock to deny the fact that an Edomite, that there's no such thing as white supremacy.
Right. There's
You gotta be living, right? You gotta be living under a rock for you to say there's no such thing as white privilege.
Right.
It's ignorance on your level, right? Because we acknowledge that it exists, and we also acknowledge that Esau, Edom, the elite Amalekite, they shit on the lower level Edomite. We acknowledge all that. The curses are turned on you Edomites, right? And the Lord is using Esau, Edom to be a sword unto the whole world. There's more homeless Edomites right now, more homeless so-called white men, and there's more so-called white men on drugs right now, and it's because Esau, Edom, the elites, they are in rulership and they're shitting on their own people. So we acknowledge that. We're not ignorant. We acknowledge that, yes, even so-called white people are suffering right now. We acknowledge that shit, but you cannot deny the fact that white supremacy and white privilege is a lie based on you being an Edomite. You're living off the riches of your own people. And if you are an Edomite, and you are in this queendom, you're in the queendom of Esau Edom. You're an Edomite in this present day, and you're suffering. You're a 2-time loser. We don't pity you.
Right.
We don't give a fuck about you Edomites.
Can I make a quick slacker? Just to
he's emotional.
yeah, he's being emotional. But
little girl.
yeah, he like you said.
Because we asked him, we asked him. You said, you know who's the poor? He's like, I'm the poor. Well, you fucking
And
not.
how you poor? You got a clergy fucking badge.
Right.
You got more money than a lot of Jakes.
Right. But Slakia,
It's an ugly ass accent, bro.
I hate the way they speak. Yeah.
Volkswagen.
Yeah,
Of Germany.
Like,
Of Germany. He's like, I'll be back.
You know how you say hospital? Some crazy shit, nigga, but it's horrible.
That language is so aggressive.
Shows,
Right.
yeah, it's it.
Yeah, that and Russia too.
I'm sorry, I
Oh my
gotta go.
God.
You know the females?
Oh, yeah.
Hospital,
You see,
every other nation says it all like lightly, and then their shit is like a spell or some shit.
Right. So your brother
House.
speaking about how he didn't want to grasp the fact that people with lighter skin, we won't even say Edomites because sometimes Jakes can get through as an Edomite, but a certain look, somebody that appears to be an Edomite or so-called white person can get through with certain privileges. There was recently, and that's a spirit too, because I was watching the video earlier, there was an Edomite DA in Florida. The fucking cop put his lights on for her to pull over because she was doing 55 and a 35 or some shit. Way over the
one
fucking.
that followed her all the way home.
Yep, she fucking
doing
drove
more than
fucking
that.
home.
She was doing more than that on a fucking 30.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
60 or 70 miles
she did
an hour
something
on a
crazy.
30.
Right, drove all the way home. Not only did she do that, she got out the car, started talking shit to the police officer, walked into the fucking house, walked out. I'm
She
like, this
parked in
nigga
the
didn't
garage.
get fucking shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jake
But
would have got fucking ran over.
this nigga would have got shot before he even tried. As soon as he tried to hit the pedal.
I seen
Lit
cops
this
shoot
shit
through the
up.
fucking from inside of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that too.
To
Yeah,
the fucking person.
right through his.
The car
driver's
not
shield,
even in.
right?
What type
The
of
car
gun
not
is
even.
that, bro? You know where I got that from, right?
Yeah, from Black 100.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I seen the nigga shot, shooting.
No, I seen that through his window.
Without the car being fully stopped.
Yeah, he was still fucking
This
driving.
nigga's still going like 30 miles an hour. This nigga just dumping on the.
Yeah. I'm like,
We're not the same, man. You know
We're
what I'm
not
saying?
the
Like,
same.
we can't walk down a neighborhood and not get harassed.
You ain't the true poor.
Yo, man, listen,
we are the
when-
poor.
I still have that for you.
When he said what he said, that prompted
Right.
me
As a
to.
matter of fact, get that now.
Yeah.
That has to do with the conversation.
When he said what he said about the Old Testament, that prompted me. I got a little upset. I was like, well, Yahawashi, over 180 times, he quoted the Old Testament. That was a big flag to me. I was like, I'll let y'all handle this, but I didn't. That was already a problem. When he already what is it called? Not only separated, but like excluded.
Right.
Excluded the Old Testament, like not even half of the Bible, more than half. Because it probably doesn't even go to the Apocrypha neither.
Once I asked him who were the poor, I already kind of had a feeling he was going to say, I'm poor too.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask him, okay, so who's the prisoners? But then I was going to be like, go to Isaiah. Go ahead, show me where we at. At the end of the day, it's about the curses anyway. But the guy was
different type of poor people, man.
The guy didn't want to hear the precepts. He didn't even we're out here
We
to
didn't
teach.
get him one precept. We didn't get a chance to read him.
Right.
Anything.
This is our platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he has a question, they'll say, ask the question, let us answer it.
Right.
He wanted to just hop in because he saw Jake
I thought he was gonna be like,
teaching something that he don't even understand.
Right.
Okay, so
When did they come up to our fucking platform with no fear, bro?
that nigga looked like he was rushing.
They're gonna be like,
Yeah, I know, he
King,
was.
can I walk into your presence, Son King? I'm bow down,
Yeah.
B. You know what I
Ain't gonna
mean?
be able to just walk
You gonna
Right.
be proud like that, bro.
No, you heathen now.
Right.
Nah.
Get outta
Disappear.
here. Right. This is Isaiah.
Nigga reappear in a volcano like.
Right.
But Page.
Yeah.
Hello, Yahawashi. This ain't for them, man.
This ain't for them.
This ain't for the heathen.
That's an Edomite, man. He's Germany, man.
Right.
He's Edomite.
He was even-
teaming.
I don't understand
Right.
German too much, especially their accent when they talk in English. But he seemed like he was tripping over his words. He's like,
He's an Ashkenaz.
Yeah.
Right. He can't.
I thought he was about to start crying. You know that nigga crying around the corner.
Yeah, he is. He's like, I'm white, and I'm poor.
Why do they think that I have a better credit score?
Right.
Right. You guys
I have more opportunity than they do. Yeah, nigga.
right. You guys started the race way before us.
Right.
Of course, you have
impressed
more
everybody. And then,
I used to have a Russian boss, man. He's an asshole. Proud as fuck. You know, you can't tell him shit. Nigga used to go
But ain't nothing worse than a Jake boss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but when they extra poor, when they extra proud and shit, like Edomite, that shit
Right.
vexes
The
the shit out of
Italian,
me.
the Italian is crazy.
A proud Jake that's over you, you know, is lording or whatever. When he's a boss, that shit's just annoying. You know what I mean? Like nigga, fuck out of here. You get stopped and get shot up. I'm saying just like I will. But an Edomite that's over you, man, and it's all proud. You just wanna.
Right, he never even let me finish about the prisoners. Like,
You
yo,
want
who
to
the
grab
prisoners?
that? You want to just grab that shit that was over his shoulder and just.
Oh, I know.
Matter of fact, Shemaiah, before he brings this out, can you bring me Lamentations 4 and 18?
Next time when we like, oh, because I'm white, be like, no, because you're most likely you're an Edomite.
Right.
And because be like, you're not white. No one's white.
I try to tell him that they're talking about
This is white. You know what I mean? We should have.
Right.
Let me get out.
Through the spirit, I just had to be like, yeah, because you're white, nigga.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna stay long already.
You're a so-called white man. What you want me to
I
get?
had a feeling.
Lamentations 4 and 18.
Spirit was already.
But ultimately, we didn't even say too much. All we were like, he's like because I'm white.
Yeah.
He pointed himself, and I was like, you know,
He's the devil, man, because he knew what we taught.
He knew.
He don't know the scriptures,
no
but he
one
knows
said
who
his
we are.
face. We only said you'll better get a loan before us. And then he's like, why? And then he goes like this.
Yeah, automatically.
So he knew what
you
the
were
fuck. We
saying,
never said you were white.
Right.
If the way I would have handled it though was to say, because the whole point when he said that of the New Testament, I was already like shit. So the way I probably would have started it was saying, well, you do know, and if you haven't, you're gonna have to realize that the people that those epistles was written to in the what you call New Testament was these people right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Scattered.
Now, do you want to keep going? You know,
but the brother mentioned he mentioned that our people were teaching to all nations.
Right.
To be amongst.
But it's to make it to layman's terms to him, like, yo, what you call the New Testament and you only solely study, right? That is speaking about these people.
Right, and I did. I went to Luke
because in the Old Testament,
Yahawashi was talking about the Old Testament.
Right. Hey, Luke 1 tells you. Luke 1 and 1 tells you who he was talking to. James also tells you. The book of Romans tells you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So many scriptures.
Yeah, but they even in the New Testament, Christians don't go to certain scriptures. They avoid it. They completely deny it.
Right.
And act like, oh no, that doesn't exist.
And one reason why we're very different, especially in Babylon, is because of one of these precepts. Go ahead, read that out. Lamentations 4.
4 and what?
18.
Lamentations 4 and 18. They hunt our steps, and we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness.
And I'm pretty sure in Germany, so-called blacks and Latinos, if they're out there, they get scrutinized. They get scrutinized the most. They might not be chilling in the corners for them or whatever, but some type of oppression is towards them.
I heard Hitler was trying to take them out in that time too.
Hitler was really trying to take out his own people.
Right.
Who he was. Because he's quoted. Yeah, don't stink. He's quoted.
When it was going.
Yeah, a little bird landed earlier, and all the things. You saw it, right?
I was looking at it.
Yeah, and the scripture. I was reading a scripture yesterday. I forget where it said that the birds. Zechariah 5. Zechariah 5, and then like after like 4 and 5, after like verse 5 or something, where it talks about the birds having like wind. The wind caught up in their wings. Yeah, the birds. Yeah. But what was I saying about this devil, man? Yeah, like yo, man, he wasn't gonna get it. He clearly wasn't gonna get it. I mean, brothers try, because we act cordial.
Right.
We don't speak cordial with everybody that comes up because we never know, But
right, into the spirit, right? He was a banker. We were literally the whole topic of the camp today was about banking.
Right.
And this damn devil, man, proud as hell, didn't want to hear the word. Right, it's not for him.
Right.
You're saying that I was going to tell him that it's a big difference between you and I.
Right.
We can't walk through certain neighborhoods. We can't get loans faster than you. You know what I'm saying?
For something about Edomite, a lot of Edomites sincerely live in a bubble. You know what I'm saying? Or and even and oftentimes try to pretend that the world is not how
The way
how
it really is.
that's
Right.
the way it is and the way it is. The way the movies and TV shows show it. You're gonna tell me you never heard of racism when you watch TV?
Right.
There was a it was a comedian. I don't know if it was Dave Chappelle, but somebody was speaking about it. It says they're the only Edomites are the only nation that have the privilege to be ignorant of how things really are in the world.
Right.
Because they
don't
could
affect
literally
them.
just be around their own people.
Even if they
and that's
listen,
it, just be in a whole community and they never see a black or Hispanic person.
Right.
and even if they listen to rap, even if they wear Jordans, even if they do all these things, bro, they still not aware. Really.
Right.
They know, but they don't feel it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they say, they everybody want to be black, but nobody want to be black.
What was
Right,
that
right.
singer? What was that singer's name? That for a long time we all thought it was a brother.
Marley?
The brother that said the man.
I think he's a Jake.
The guy that sings "Do for Love." Do for
Yeah.
love.
He looked like an Edomite, but yeah, he's definitely.
That's definitely a Jake.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even when you was hearing him for a long time, a lot of people thought he was Jake.
Yeah,
you
he
see
just
him
thought
live
it was
on the
yeah.
train. He's like, holy
He
shit.
got blonde hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He was
this is
like a white boy,
motherfucking Bob right here, dog. This is
Yeah.
the Bob.
His voice and his appearance is not matched.
Right.
You know,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
thought it was a dark skinned Jake ever
Right.
since I first heard him.
Right, you know.
Yeah. But
So there's some people that live like that. They'll listen to certain music and think it's some another Edomite,
Yeah.
and then they are surprised that it's a Jake that's singing or rapping or even talking. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what gives these actual Edomites, false hope, because they'll see a Jake that looks like an Edomite and they'll think, oh, see, our people are great.
Right.
You can't claim him.
Which is what
You know
which is what they're
Nah,
doing
nah.
with Eminem is the perfect example of that. If Eminem truly indeed is a Jake, that
He's not
Edomites are you trying to use him as like
As the
he's the
GOAT.
best.
Yeah, he's
He's
the
the
GOAT.
best to ever do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
Type
it's
of
not.
shit.
And
And
most
it's
of the
like,
people don't
hell
even
no.
listen to rap.
Huh?
Most of the people that say that don't even listen to rap.
Right. You know, I give it up to M. Or not to get into that subject, but I give it up. But you cannot make a claim like that when first of all, hip hop, not rap, because we're rapping right now. We're talking. That's what rap is. But hip hop is a poet. But hip hop is like a poetic form to rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like "Killing Me Softly" by the Fugees.
Yeah.
And Lauryn Hill, right? What's that song? The hip it to the hip hop.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I'm saying? These are like poetic ways to express yourself.
Right.
You know, a guy that just comes out there and just start talking about ops and killing and all this other shit. That's like straight hardcore rap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And where I'm going with this, the fact that a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are not into that poetic part of it. You know what I'm saying? They just like roll with it, and that's how they are, and that's how nice they are at that. But so to say that somebody, like I heard LeBron James talking about, he was like, "Oh, I'm the best basketball player in the world." Like he said this out of his own mouth.
He's proud.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even having 3 rings, let alone 6. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Playing sick.
Too. Yeah.
Playing with a fever and shit. You know what I mean? A high-ass fever, like, man, Jordan will go up and get slapped by the whole team, the opposite team, plus his own team. This nigga, somebody goes like this in front of him, the wind hits him, and he's always like, he's over here doing, what's that shit called? Breaking.
Yeah, I seen him the other day. He went a little.
It was on the tip of his head in the headstand, bro. He's like, they took a picture. Bro. He was in the headstand, like straight up, like.
Yeah.
He exaggerates like a mother.
Yeah, he's tall as shit.
This nigga tumbles. Like my kid, when I used to.
It's hard to be acting goofy.
Yeah,
when I used to, I would play fight with my son, and I'll be like, pow, I'll shoot him, and he'd be like, and he pretends that he falls down and he tumbles all the way down the block. That's exactly what LeBron does, right? But man, people faking again. Bro.
Well, no, so like, I mean, you brought the Isaiah, right, already?
No, this brother had Lamentations.
Yeah, man, we just showed him that
but I have it.
There's a big difference between them. And the whole thing was is to bring out the gospel to the brokenhearted, man.
Right.
The ones who are in prison.
And I got Isaiah 42 and 22.
Oh, you got it? Okay,
that's the one. That's the one I wanted.
Yeah, that's what
right. Right. So these snares not only are physical snares, they're also mental snares, man. The Lord said that scripture say, the truth shall set you free, man.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to do out here, man.
Brother.
Right.
And that's exactly what these scriptures do is break down those mental shackles, strongholds, man.
Right, man.
You know,
we can end it on this piece, sir.
Right, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth; for a spoil, and none saith restore."
You could have easily just asked that devil, well, who's the main people that are in the prison houses?
Right.
That already proves who the poor is, just off of that statistic alone.
Right.
The fact that
he ran after the boy president came out, he ran.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And the fact, and we was talking about,
no man pursue it.
and you brothers was quoting and speaking scriptural. We didn't even tell them that this is Babylon and how the United States is Babylon, or the Bible speaks about this place being Babylon.
We get into the nations,
how the bulk of Israel of these people are here after the Lord was taken up in the cloud, and the cloud is a chariot, and all these things that are attached to everything we talk about. He wouldn't be able to
but he didn't come here
all that.
He didn't come here to learn. He didn't come here to learn. He came because he knew who he was, and he just wanted to
try to confound us.
Right. Just tell us that it ain't
right.
Imagine
asking him how many nations are being spoken of in the scriptures. He'll probably be like, oh, I don't know, or he'll make up some number. He won't say 18.
Yeah, he wouldn't know that.
You know,
he don't even read the Old Testament. So he wouldn't know.
What does the Bible say? He'll be like, oh, hold on. He'll Google this shit. He'll come back with 357 nations around the world and shit. You know,
we gotta start like
350
questioning them, like, why only be the New Testament?
Right.
Where did it say to stop following the Old Testament?
Right.
Why is the Lord? Why is the Lord bringing up Old Testament?
Right.
Like,
you know that's very true what the brother said. That's exactly what we got to do with it. Which is why I said I would have started off with what he was saying, because just like how cops or psychologists do, right? You explain yourself and they start with what you're saying, because many times when somebody is saying that you're a certain way or blames you in a certain way, that's their perspective. You know what I'm saying?
They're portraying onto you.
They're portraying onto you. You know what I'm saying? So they're really exactly. They're really looking at themselves like that. You'd be like, oh, you a hater or whatever, without the person even saying something. For example, right? Layman's terms. That's the person that's calling the other person a hater and giving those examples. That actually, the real hater is the person hating themselves first and foremost, and then everybody else, and then blaming you for him hating himself or that person hating himself. So that's what psychologists do. They'll start with that, you know, which was a bit. But why do you only stick to the teach and what's it called? Study the Old Testament, the New Testament. What scripture in the New Testament tells you that it's only supposed to be the New Testament, or was this a man that told you we don't deal with that?
Right.
Because even in the New Testament tells you, it's in the Old Testament. Where is it that says, let every man be a liar?
Oh, let the Most High be true and every man a liar.
Right. Is it in the Old or New?
I think it's in Romans.
I think, it was either Apostle Paul or Yahawashi.
All right, bet. So then that's in the New. So that's in the New Testament. So why believe that pastor, those people that you go to study the Bible with in Germany? Why believe them to start in the New Testament? That starting in the New Testament, because we're not in the Old Testament no more. How are we not in the Old Testament? Because that was the old days. The New Testament itself was written back in the day too. So why are you even reading the Bible? Period. You know, it's just a bunch of Christian confusion and bullshit, man.
You know what? And it always, especially when you hear people, say shit like that. Even Jakes, even Israelites. That they don't believe in they're either Old Testament only, New Testament only. Right. But doing away with the Old Testament is basically you just trying to do away with the law.
Right. That's it.
Right. So you're not held accountable
for shit. Right. And he didn't quote one scripture.
He wasn't quoting.
And he wasn't going to quote any. That's why it's so easy to dissect. Yeah. That's why it's so easy to dice these Christians up, man. Right. Because that is easy and light work, man. Even for a brother that's very new, a year into this, man. Yeah. It's mad easy, man. The little bit that you brothers and sisters know, man, you'll run circles around these Christians, man. And then when you can't answer, you fall back from, you refrain from, because you also don't want to be speaking lies, right? And just winging it. You got some people out here doing, you know what I'm saying? You do the best you can, and then when you know you can't do more, then you fall back, man. But Christians is easy work, man. And I say that humbly. The spirit of Bahasham Yahawashi. Because without that, none of us will be able to contend with no Christian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. We're gonna end off with this precept. Can somebody give me Psalms 40, verse 14 and 15?
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Psalms 40.
Verse 14.
Psalms 40, verse 14. Let them be ashamed and confounded together that seek after my soul to destroy it. Let them be driven backward and put to shame that wish me evil. Let them be desolate for a reward. Their shame that say unto me, aha, aha.
Right. So, this damn Edomite wants to seek to destroy us and separate us from Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi by putting a mark on us, right? And basically, marking us, man, for death, man.
Right.
Let those people be desolate and destroyed, man.
That's right.
But I hope this
That was in Psalms, right?
Yeah, Con.
King David basically saying, "Fuck these niggas."
Right.
You know, and he was talking about Jake too. He talks about Jake and these other nations. Man.
Right.
Like you were just saying, bro.
The
real
temple
quick.
become a snare.
Right. You mentioned the sea hip. That digital all, man. Back in the ancient days, that it was a mark of servitude. Right. So now this digital one, which is that
you would either get stamped
or you get a board through your ear.
Yeah.
Like a cattle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why these elites call the people bullion. Man.
They're
the cattle.
Who sent me that meme? Was it you, that sent me that meme that to all of us? That Edomite, he was in his farm or whatever, and he saw a cow or something or one of the animals without being tagged. And he was like, "How the fuck?" He was like, he jumped out the truck. And he was like, I forget how he said it, but he was like, "The fuck you not tagged in my?" Tagged the shit out the animal. That wasn't you. Because I could have saw, and maybe I sent it to you, and you was like, "This damn devil," something like that. Because it was funny the way he hopped out his truck in his little farm acres or whatever. He hopped out, jumped on top of I don't know if it was like a cow or what. Nigga. He tagged the shit out of it.
But
he was like, "I know you not in my goddamn." Yeah, he fucking put that motherfucking. He hemmed him up and tagged him.
Right. But that's exactly how they look at the people.
Right. That's a good video.
That's good. Yeah, that's
the elites is looking at us like, I know you're not in the goddamn world.
Yeah, you don't
Not
got a fucking tag on you. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Right.
Fucking tag, man.
That's why Coxschwab was saying that if you don't have that, he who doesn't merge with the whatever is gonna cease to exist, man.
Yeah, because they're gonna make you an outcast.
Right.
You won't be able to participate in society. You won't be able to buy and sell, like it says in Revelation 13, 16 on down, man.
And if we get angry at that, if we get angry at them talking like that, especially what's his name, the Moaz nigga,
oh fucking his right hand man,
Harari, yeah. That nigga talk about God of the Bible is fake news. He's basically saying that your heritage, you fakes out there.
Right.
He's saying that your Bible, your book is not true. Your history, your Torah is not true. That's what your own people saying, but they won't hit them off with an anti-Sem. This is why the only people that can say anything about them goddamn devils is themselves. They're the only ones that can say some crazy shit.
Right.
And some wild shit. They could put each other on Front Street and they will not get in trouble for that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But let it be anybody else and it's a whole fucking problem.
With that anti-nonsense.
Right, man.
Right.
That's how you know these niggas is the one that runs. I mean, that's the top tribe. And Esau over here is doing everything in his power to preserve them niggas in that spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I hope that this camp was edifying.
Right.
First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakudash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS we'll learn from.
Right.
Shalom to the hope for elect. Preaching his word in true sincerity. To you rips, you sisters out there learning signs and staying in order. I say to you all, Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba. Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Shalom.
Shalom.